Rory and Maul listeners, we have an amazing announcement, something we've been working on since last year.
Tell them about the announcement.
Let's announce the announcement.
Yeah, this
about
is the announcement of the announcement.
Yeah. It was like when MMG did a press conference about announcing an album about the announcement.
Yeah.
With that said, we are very excited to tell you guys we have partnered with The Volume, our guys over there. I'm ecstatic. Colin, just know I'm coming on the show. I don't care how tall your desk is. I'm going to be right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump up.
Yeah.
But we are very, very excited to have Volume as our partners moving forward.
Yes.
Shout out to the guys.
Something that we've been trying to get done for a while. Finally happened.
Club Shay Shay may just have Maul on. I don't know if Shannon wants white people on there to ruin the show. I'm with you. Yeah. It's fine if just Maul goes up there.
Yeah. Me and Shay Shay. Me and Shannon Sharp talking shit will be... Somebody get
you got to smoke a Black and Mild at that point.
Hell no. Never smoke no damn Black and Mild.
Off camera, I'll be smoking a Black and Mild.
Okay.
But shout out to everyone that is on the roster, our label mates, everyone.
Yes.
I'm happy, man.
A lot of good guys over there, a lot of good shows. Excited to be a part of the Volume and what they're building. So yeah, man, let's cause some chaos over at the Volume now. Yep,
and when you hear this, there will be another announcement about the announcement of adding some extra content per week. We are very, very excited about that. You will get an official release on that one very, very soon. But listen, man.
Welcome to the Volume.
Turn it up. Get it?
No.
No, Rory and Maul.
Friends, how many of us have them? Ones we can depend on. Friends.
I thought that was
can't even depend on you.
No,
can't even depend on you to do the next verse.
Because I thought we were about to start,
No, that's the wrong start. Did we start? We recording? We outside? I haven't slept yet. 6 a.m. flight from New Orleans. I stayed up.
Is that your third coffee? Is that why you're so like jittery?
This is tea.
Oh.
I actually only had one coffee, but this is lemon ginger because I'm still fucking sick. Coming off last week, going to New Orleans. Definitely wasn't going to cure me. But I have not been to bed. Went right to the airport. Then from the airport came right here. I'm so excited to see everyone. Josh's smiling face. He's excited. You all right? There was a similar smile that was on a camera the other day.
I'm fantastic, man. How's everybody feeling? Everybody looks good. Everybody look like they've been taking their ginger shots, even though you haven't. It's all good.
No, I actually have been. It just hasn't really been working because of other activities that were being mixed with.
You didn't take one ginger shot in New Orleans. Shut up.
No, we definitely did.
Who took ginger shots?
All of us. Because all of us were getting sick.
All of us.
I can't. Come on.
Shit.
It's a secret society. All we ask is trust. You think I'm going to start naming names and shit?
You ain't take no damn ginger shots. But it is good to see.
Not only that, I also, because it actually helped when you brought those ginger shots, I bought a whole fucking damn near gallon of that shit for my crew. I've never even seen ginger shots be sold the way that I bought them.
Yeah.
I've been going crazy.
I don't think you're supposed to buy it like that, though.
That's how they sold it.
Yeah, you're supposed to just buy shots. Don't buy a big bottle of that shit. That shit doesn't have its potency after like 2 days.
Oh, shit.
It's over.
Oh, so now I'm just hurting my chest for no reason.
Yeah, no,
okay, great.
Shit, man. It's all good.
Well, I'm happy to be back. I was in New Orleans over the weekend. I wish I had like crazy stories of Bourbon Street and going to all these events and, fuck with all the rappers and shit.
Tooie. Nobody cares about that shit.
Shout out to Spotify. They invited us. You were on the email, but you didn't end up going down. So I replied to them on the side about an event they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like it was a cool thing. Like Spotify's put together good events. Once I landed in New Orleans, I got the other email of walking the red carpet. And I was like, I'll stay in the B&B.
Why? You don't want to walk the red carpet?
I wanted to go exploit an open bar and some possible hors d'oeuvres, appetizers.
You the red carpet though.
You got to start doing stuff like that. We've had that conversation,
shit off, man. You gotta, you know what I mean? Put your fit on, put your good slacks on, put your good dad balances on.
Man, I went and called Simba and we just played each other beats for 3 hours.
God, you're a loser.
That's the type of thing you would do.
What? That's my guy. We love Simba.
Shout out to Simba. Y'all both, you had FaceTime me right before the halftime performance started. I thought you was FaceTiming because you were in some danger. I didn't know what was going on.
No, all right. So I actually did think I was in danger. Why I laid low is not because I didn't want to be a socialite. I was a little worried because them TDE boys had the city on lock. So I'm not even joking. It's the first time my ego even got like a little checked where everyone I ran into, anytime I went through a hotel, a restaurant, walk down Canal, yo, what you think Maul gonna think of the performance tonight? Stopping me. I can't even take a piss without someone asking me what Maul's opinion on the Super Bowl halftime is gonna be. So yeah, I was terrified. You left me with no protection in a city that you can just carry a gun for the fuck of it.
So it's all good, man. Life is great.
I was running around with Great Danes to try to intimidate people.
Yeah, it's all right.
Meanwhile, they're sweethearts.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm glad everybody is here feeling a little better, looking a little better than they did last week. Everybody was kind of sick, so
I look
good to see y'all back.
I had to
no. Before we do that, the last time we saw each other, your live stream for your single release.
Yes, thank you for
anyway. Once again, stream that, download that on your DSPs now. Rory featuring the great Leon Thomas. Who are you anyway?
Yeah, this was I do therapy every Tuesday, so I haven't had an opportunity to have a therapy session about the release of this record.
You don't need therapy when your streaming numbers are well, man.
Hey.
Life is good. Life is great.
Okay, I was spoiled on the last project. Everything that we put out as far as singles was received very well because they were easier listens. And this one, because of that Hip Hop DX review, which I loved very much and was grateful for it, said at the end of it, yeah, this album is consistent and great, doesn't push the boundaries, doesn't really do anything for the genre that we haven't heard already. And it pissed me off, not because he wrote it, because I agreed. So going into this project, that was something I wanted to challenge myself with. And I have like easier listens on this album, but I wanted to lead with some shit that's kind of uncomfortable. It's a weird UK jungle beat. You can't really catch the drums unless, you're white and you're on the 1 and the 3. It does make sense with my DNA. But it was the first time I had to deal with even like our core community having mixed reviews, and I kept trying to remind myself this was what you intended to do.
Right.
Like you're mad at the shit that you wanted to put something out that would probably be met with a different energy than the usual shit. It's not Alex Isley's beautiful fucking voice. It's like with the easiest synth ever. It's a hard, chaotic listen, which is the point.
That's all right. Chaos is good.
I was just walking around New Orleans, just walking around the block like steaming, and then did my best. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. You can't take it personal, man.
No, I was mad at myself because this is what I wanted to do.
Absolutely.
And now I'm mad at my own shit because, I'm sensitive.
It's all right.
But
it's all right. Great song. Had a good time on our live stream with you. We was here till what time was we here till, Peach? Probably about midnight.
Yeah, and then me and Leon did IG Live. I tried to make the Holland Tunnel. That shit was closed. I had to double back here. I was here till like 1:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah, I caught you. I was leaving and you was coming back in. I was like, when you catch somebody coming into the office that ain't supposed to be back, you're like, what you doing? Tunnel closed. I said, yeah, I bet.
No, if I'd have to fucking drop Sean off, I might have made that tunnel. Yeah. I just missed it, and then I was like, I'm not about to do this Leon.
Shout out to Sean. He kicked it with us too, man. Shout out to my guy, Sean.
Yeah, and I know Damaris had to leave. That would have been fun. Peach was even on there. It was a good live.
Had a good time, man. Had a good time.
I fell asleep when it was going on. I was watching it though. It was good.
In your sleep?
No, I was watching it and then I fell asleep before it ended. Like I was tired.
Okay.
But it was good. You guys looked like you were having fun.
Outside of the Super Bowl, did anything happen this weekend, or was everyone just awaiting Sunday?
What did I do this weekend? Not much. Went to the gym. Back in the gym, Rory. I'm back in. 2-a-days now. I'm on my 2-a-day. I told you Biggs inspired me, bro. I'm on my 2-a-day shit now. Went and had dinner with a couple friends that went in town from LA because it is Fashion Week. So went and had dinner. And that was it. And then watched the game on Sunday. Do
you feel like you kind of skated on us because someone FaceTimed you and said to fly down. There was a place for you to stay. We could have recorded the pod, everything. And you kind of curved us.
I'm not doing the events, the mixy.
We didn't do them either.
Yeah, but still, man. It's just that first of all, it was like 17 niggas in the house when you FaceTime me. I said, man, I'm not doing this shit.
It was just me and one other person.
Nah. When he handed the phone to somebody and then somebody else was behind him and then I seen
maybe it was a different time.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm cool, bro. Too many faces in the room. I don't know who's who. I'm gonna stay in New York this weekend.
No, I really did lay low. I may or may not have seen someone wearing a t-shirt that said, "Don't sue them, sue me," while they were doing rehearsals, and I knew what time it was, and I got really excited of where things were gonna go, which is why I was nervous, and which is why I didn't want to go to the game. I didn't want to run into I didn't want to see Ab Soul, who's a kind human being, with that energy around.
My God,
he might have quick little shank.
Nah, man. It's not that type of energy, man.
I felt it, man.
No
all
way.
the Cali was out there.
Nah.
Yo, where Maul at? Bro, I don't know.
Right here? Right here where I need to be. Like, right where I was supposed to be. In the crib, chilling, while minding my business. Yeah.
So we watched the game, me and Simba and a few others. Shout out to my man Taco from Odd Future, but obviously amazing actor, also on Dave.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he was a listener of our show. Maybe my new favorite industry friend.
Yeah?
We talked the entire fucking game.
Dope.
That guy is like one of the nicest people I've ever met, especially at a socially awkward corporate Super Bowl event.
Yeah.
Because Super Bowl is not like NBA All-Star Weekend where like the shenanigans and the bullshit is going on.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see one hoe the entire weekend. Like when I got to the airport, I was like, oh, finally, a chicken sweats.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much different when the NFL has that corporate shit around. Just because it's New Orleans doesn't mean it's going to be any different. That was the most corporate weekend I've ever seen.
Yeah.
There wasn't an event I would want to even go to. Even the shit that Cardi had, they had the host running around trying to give her a mic, and Cardi's like, you didn't pay for that.
Like an interview?
They wanted her to rap at the club.
Oh yeah, no, they got to pay for that. That you got to pay
You
for.
paid me
Performance?
to come here.
Yeah. Performance, you got to pay for that.
She then took the mic to be like calm and cool and not make it a thing. It was like, hope everyone's having fun.
Yeah, but that's it. That's all y'all get. Turn no music on.
They kept playing Bodak Yellow back and forth, and she's like, I'm not performing. Like, I don't know what y'all think this is.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
That shit it's a lot, but
Well, glad you are safe and sound back here in New York City.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody that did go to New Orleans for the Super Bowl. Hopefully everybody will see. I didn't hear about any mishaps, anything going on.
No.
Well, the president was there, so a lot of shit was on lockdown too. So
yeah, very true.
yeah, once the president
you could feel that presence everywhere.
100%. So shout out to the city of New Orleans in hosting the Super Bowl.
Don't play coy.
Well, what?
Why are we avoiding the topic at hand? I didn't do shit in New Orleans.
The Super Bowl.
Big as the what?
Oh shit. Anyway, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles first and foremost for winning the Super Bowl. My heart was with them. I'm glad Saquon Barkley got a ring. Come back to the Giant Stadium and just sit outside in front of the stadium for about 2 days and just laugh at everybody that drives by. Shout out to Jalen Hurts on winning his first Super Bowl ring. And shout out to the city of Philly, man, because the one thing about those Eagles fans, they show up, they represent, they loud, they proud. So shout out to everybody, the city of Philadelphia on winning NFL championship. It's been, I don't know how many years since the Eagles have won. But shout out to Philly, man. They definitely deserved it. And the Eagles played their ass off. That was a game. That was a lopsided ass whooping. You can't design an ass whooping like that.
I went back to the B&B midway through the third quarter.
I don't know what the Chiefs was doing. I believe that something did happen in that locker room or leading up to the game. I don't know if it's an injury. I don't know if it's something personal.
I told you.
But the Chiefs did not look like the Chiefs.
TDE boys had everyone shook. You could see it in the
Even the
Chiefs'
Chiefs?
face.
Pat Mahomes?
Yeah.
Damn.
Because he had to do rehearsals like when they was doing practice shit.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that maybe that might have something to do with it. But yeah, the game was overall, I wasn't excited. It wasn't,
It was boring.
blowout games. This shit is boring.
Boring as fuck.
It was
Kansas City looked like they gave up in the first half. They looked like they was defeated in the first half. It was just the body language was off. It definitely was not the game that I was anticipating and expecting. I thought it was going to be a shootout between both teams, but that obviously was not the case. Shout out to the Eagles' defensive line. They had that was personal. That game for them was very personal. They set a clear message that we are the best defensive line in the league. Pat Mahomes looked like a rookie quarterback out there. He didn't look like he didn't know no plays. He was scared of the rush. He didn't know, like, it was bad. It was all around just a one-sided victory for the Philadelphia Eagles. So shout out to them for playing a great game.
I can't think of a more lackluster. What was that? Denver and Seattle? Whatever year that was.
That was here.
Yeah, when it was in New York.
Mhm.
That was the last time I could think of a Super Bowl being so fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even need to finish watching the Super Bowl of how bad this shit is. But in between, we did have halftime, which everyone was anticipating, of course. This has been the biggest thing, which I cannot wait for it to fucking pass.
I had to clear my palate. Oh, let me get some TPs. My bad.
So, I'm sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
Halftime comes, they do the fucking, what was it, Dove soap or some shit that did the countdown, which I thought was a brilliant fucking commercial. Oh no, it was Charmin. You can use the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
And gave you the countdown. I thought that was brilliant marketing. And I was like, damn, does this mean Kendrick really gonna shit on him? I thought it was a tie. Like, I really thought. Damaris, can I tell you something? This is how. Let me word this correctly because people think we hate Kendrick, and that's not the case. At this Super Bowl event that we were watching the game, the conspiracy theorists that were there, that were analyzing the commercials, that Kendrick was bringing the energy down with the commercials in the second quarter. So when his performance start, it's going to be so hyped because Kendrick, I said, you think Kendrick Lamar is running the commercials at the Super Bowl and telling them to be very low?
People are so stupid. It makes no sense. People are
At first, I thought they were like trolling me and like they had high level sarcasm. And then I saw they was dead ass and then told me to my face, no, I do this for a living. Like I work in commercial marketing. I'm like, all right, man.
Mm-hmm. So
they gonna lay you off tomorrow.
It checks out. Yeah, he was controlling commercials.
They was bringing the frequency down just for the height of that performance.
Yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on. You think Dodge cares about selling cars? No, they care about Kendrick. We gonna lower our shit. So going into it, I was already excited just because of every conspiracy shit on earth. I FaceTimed you right when it started.
You did.
Which was like the highlight of everything. People I didn't even know came around me just to look at that fucking phone. I'm like, what the fuck is you?
Y'all were, so the whole entire show y'all were on the phone.
No, Rory,
just
Rory called me right before the halftime show started. He just was calling me to talk shit. And then Simba grabbed the phone and he was talking. Was that Taco that grabbed the phone? That was
it was Taco. And which pissed me off because when the battle happened, I was in Mexico City with Azad, the whole Avant-Garde team, and all of them are native LA. Like, so the shit was just annoying to have to be around. Even if I agreed with them, it was like, yo, y'all are annoying. I get it. Euphoria's incredible. I get it. Shut the fuck up. I had to deal with Simba and Taco with the LA Bay energy that they deserve to have at this point, screaming in my ear. Like I was the one Kendrick was dissing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So naturally,
that's because you sitting next to me. That's what it is. They think that I hate Kendrick. So yeah.
So, no, go ahead.
No, like
no, you've been
bright.
quiet.
The lights was bright. No, go ahead.
You got something to say, Damaris?
No, just finish the what you were saying, Rory.
Oh, okay.
All right, don't okay, because I say what I had to say. Don't okay me.
So say it.
Because you said they act like I hate Kendrick. You do. You don't like Kendrick.
That's not true, though.
You, because of this battle and your friendship that you've admitted, it makes you have a bias with Drake. That's fine.
A battle? Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I don't like somebody.
Okay.
In a battle? Yeah, I'm going to pick a side in a battle. That's what you do in a battle.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean I don't like somebody. I don't.
So you like Kendrick more?
Yeah, I like Kendrick. I've been on here for years saying that I like Kendrick.
Now his music.
Yeah.
You like Kendrick
Lamar? I don't know him personally. So I'm just saying that his music.
Like a good guy.
Yeah, like I don't know him personally. I can't speak to him as a person, but do I support his music? Yeah, I've actually left my house and went to see him perform.
Okay.
Like I support Kendrick. Okay. But I see through this, people think that I hate Kendrick, which is what I laugh at. I don't hate him. I don't know him to hate him.
Yeah.
I hate that song. I don't hate him. It's a difference. I can hate your song. I can hate your performance. Yeah. I can hate your outfit. I can hate all of that. Doesn't mean I hate you.
It's weird. It's like you're quoting someone that said that they're the biggest hater.
No.
I hate the way that you dress. I'm
not saying him. I'm just saying if it's anybody, I could hate something about you.
So
that
you were
mean
saying that you hate the bell-bottom jeans, the flare jeans.
I wouldn't do those. On the biggest stage in the world, I wouldn't. That's not what I would do.
We've had this conversation before. If somebody called me a pedophile, I would feel the fucking way. I want to fight them. If you go on the Super Bowl and call me a pedophile, now we really got to fight. If you call me a pedophile at the Super Bowl in bell bottoms, you got to die. Like we cry like life is over. I'm sitting down. You can't call me a pedophile. You can't say A minor with bell bottoms on. And they tight at the thigh.
They was light skinned too. Light skinned jeans.
I would be steaming. I don't care if Drake trying to play it cool. Drake, it's okay if you were steaming that someone in bell bottoms called you a pedophile.
All right, so what do you think about the overall performance? Because I'm gonna let y'all talk before I talk.
Well, we can go right after the Charmin commercial, countdown, whatever. Then they went to all the analysts. I've never seen Gronk so shook in my fucking life. He was dead quiet before that. And in the background, you could see Kendrick getting on the GNX, setting up for the thing. And of course, I had the conspiracy theorists behind me saying that he was showing that he was building this. He built this entire thing. You need to see the production behind it. This is very strategic that you can see Kendrick doing this. I'm like, or they just chose a bad camera angle and he's trying to put a mic on. Neither here nor there. Out the gate, Samuel L. Jackson comes on to start everything. At this point, I'm like, damn, Hollywood is going against my guy now too. It's not just the music industry. We got Samuel L. Jackson cursing this motherfucker out. And am I allowed to say what his theme was supposed to be?
It's Uncle Sam, you're fine.
I don't know the rules anymore. I don't say YN. I didn't know if I was allowed to say Uncle Sam.
Yeah, that was something that I understand. You say you don't say Y. You say NWA.
I got nothing. No, touche. I got nothing.
Which is why I didn't understand.
You know what?
Which is why I don't understand when y'all come in here and try to play this fucking political shit. Like, cut the shit.
Technically,
cut the shit.
NWA is an official name of a group. That's the name that they chose for their group. When you're referring to a YN did not volunteer for you.
What does the N and YN stand for, Damaris?
Niggas, but
what does the N and NWA stand for, Damaris?
Okay, so I explained it to you. If you don't agree, you don't agree.
What are we talking about? Cut the shit. I
explained it to you. You don't agree. You don't agree. Cut the shit. That's fine.
Go ahead, sir.
What's so funny is they was cooking Maul. Like, how does Maul not understand that Rory shouldn't say YN? And I think you just killed everyone's point because I've said NWA a million fucking times.
Yeah, but that's the difference between...
No, just killed that whole argument. I have nothing to say. I'm sorry.
It's rude to call somebody a mulatto, but Lotto named herself mulatto. So if you call her mulatto, you're not calling her a slur. You're calling her name. That's...
Okay, I guess I don't go up to Dr. Dre and call him an NWA.
If my stage name is Big Fat Bitch, I can't be mad that people call me Big Fat Bitch. Like, that's my stage name.
We're a few years away from that being a stage name. People are running out of names, coming up with crazy shit. Big Fat Bitch might be December of 2025.
I can see a rapper being Big Fat Bitch for sure.
It's gonna be Kanye's ego after. Never mind. We'll get to that later. So Samuel L. Jackson comes out. I like that Kendrick started with the teaser Bodies that was from GNX that wasn't on the project. If you guys saw, they leaked the whole set list prior to that a lot of people thought was fake. Mm-hmm. I kind of felt it was a little fake too. I was like, this is a lot of GNX. Looking at this, I can't really see him do this. But then I had to think let me choose my words carefully. He didn't cook himself by doing that pop-up. The pop-up set is probably what a Super Bowl set should have looked like with his hits. So he cornered himself into having to do a lot of GNX. And this is actually where I'm giving Kendrick so much credit. Looking at this list, I would say this is weird. You shouldn't do this. I thought he fucking smoked it and kept us entertained the entire time. The only time I felt like it got a little low in energy was the record I thought was going to be the biggest one, which was All the Stars. I don't know if it was choreography, just the energy felt lower. Peekaboo shouldn't have worked at a fucking Super Bowl. And it was my favorite part of how they shot that entire thing. Putting together a rap halftime show with that many words off a new album and keeping me entertained, I give my hats off to Dave Free and Kendrick. Maybe I'm in the minority here. I saw everyone killing it. Worst halftime show. I deadass enjoyed the entire thing. I thought it was fucking great.
I feel like the reception has been split.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been split. You bringing up the point of the pop-up, that makes a lot of sense. I didn't even consider that because when I was watching it, first of all, I'm not the biggest fan of GNX as an album just because it's very, very Cali, and that's just not the type of music that I prefer. I can understand the rapping's good, and for the people who enjoy it, that's fine. It's not really for me. For Super Bowl, I like you to walk me through your catalog. I like the Super Bowl to be, if I brought somebody who had never seen you before, who is this artist as an artist? That's what I like my Super Bowls to be, especially from an artist who has been out this long and this is the peak of his career, right? So that's what I wanted, but I didn't even think about that.
That's why when I, again, saw this leaked set list and like everyone else was like, no, I don't know if that could happen. Amazon was the first fucking thing that came to my mind. If he redoes the pop-up set, they go flame him. Like, what the fuck would he?
But who? I don't think so, though. I can understand him not wanting to do that, but nobody's gonna flame him.
If somebody repeats a set I've already seen at the Super Bowl, they're getting flamed.
Okay,
that would be nuts.
No, because you could have put it in a different order. You could have done some,
and of course that was 2 hours versus 15 minutes. But
not giving SZA a medley is a mistake to me, especially because they said they left time on the board. Like, they didn't take up the full space of time that he had.
It did feel like a quick.
Not giving SZA a medley is a mistake to me. Not giving Mustard a mini medley is a mistake to me. Like, not performing people, and then people keep bringing up this whole, it was the blackest Super Bowl and pro-black this and pro-black that. You had a chance to perform All Right and King Kunta in front of Trump.
He's already performed All Right at the Super Bowl, though. That's what I'm saying.
But so
Kendrick between the pop-up and doing Dre set 2-3 years ago, every critic would have been looking at him nuts if he did All Right Again. I also think if he gave Mustard a set, which I would have loved, and Mustard did like Mustard and Friends shit, which he did at the pop-up, they'd say, yo, Kendrick needed SZA, Kendrick needed Mustard to bring out everybody. Like he carried a whole Super Bowl set rapping at that clip without any help. I love SZA. I think you could have left SZA off this. You should have given SZA a whole joint if you were going to do it. Either go all the way, but she was just a pop-up.
It was a half-assed. I didn't like that. I can't confirm, but I think SZA was lip syncing.
I don't know that to be true either, and we respect and love SZA, so I don't want to put that on a jacket. It did cross my mind when I was at the event. I was like, maybe it's these speakers. I can't really tell if this is that. I don't know if it needed that announcement to have SZA there. That would have been iller to me if you surprised everyone with SZA just to do those two joints.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
If you announcing SZA, I need 3 Control records.
Nah, I feel you.
Yeah. I there were parts of it that I liked. I feel like, and I've been getting killed on the internet for this, and y'all know I don't give 4/5 of a fuck. I feel like in his head, I feel like Kendrick wanted the Not Like Us reveal to be so perfect that he was thinking about that the entire... I could see him thinking about it when he was performing.
Yeah, cut the shit. We cutting this shit here. Enough. Everybody was anticipating. That's the only record niggas want to do.
Okay, but I'm talking about Kendrick's performance right now. I'm not talking about
shit, man. Y'all sitting here talking about
you're not gonna
this, that, and the third.
Was Not Like Us the most anticipated song we wanted to hear? Yes. Was that the only song we wanted to hear from Kendrick Lamar? Fuck no. But yes, it was the most anticipated thing. And on top of that, if you're gonna go all the way with this shit, you do the pop-up, then you get the Super Bowl shit. They're playing the Not Like Us beat the whole fucking weekend in every commercial. Yeah, lean into it, tease it throughout the entire thing. If you're gonna go this way, go all the way. That's why I wasn't mad that he did a tease 3 times throughout the entire thing.
That was the part I hated the most.
If you're gonna go all the way with it and not just do the Not Like Us hook and then get to TV off, if you're gonna do that whole circle shit, smile on the camera when you say Drake's name, say pedophile.
That was hilarious. He didn't say pedophile, but that was hilarious. That was. I think
everyone in the audience said it though.
Yes, what he did.
And Hathaway said it.
Shut up. What he did with Not Like Us, I love the way that he performed it. Like, hats off. I love the way he performed it. But what I was saying is throughout the entire thing, I was not waiting for Not Like Us when I was watching it. I was trying to enjoy Kendrick's catalog when I was watching it, but it fell flat to me. I don't think it was his greatest performance, and that's not me saying that I don't think that Kendrick can give an amazing performance because we've seen him do that. It's just for Super Bowl tier of performance, I don't think that it was. I didn't enjoy it as much as I wish I would have. But that's just me. You asked me what I thought. I didn't like the Not Like You teaser. I didn't like the, we would say it, but we gonna sue, and then to go and just do it. You at this point, it's giving sore winner. You won.
No, but I understood that. He had to, you got it, because everybody's only watching it.
That's not
because they want to see that. All right.
They're not only watching Kendrick at the Super Bowl because they want to see him watch Not Like Us. If Not Like Us never came out, people would still watch Super Bowl Kendrick at the Super Bowl. That's not true.
He would have never got. All right, man. What are we talking about here?
Kendrick is worthy of the Super Bowl and would have eventually got it. I do agree with you with the timing. Yes,
it came earlier. For sure.
All right, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's okay to say he got this because
that he got it because of Not Like Us. Because Kendrick is very much.
I'm not saying. Why did Kendrick get the Super Bowl? Why did he get the halftime show this year?
The energy around who he was as an artist.
Yo, what's up, man? What we doing? I'm not saying Kendrick is not one of the dopest artists. I'm not saying he's not one of the dopest rappers.
A legendary catalog. He sold out fucking arenas.
Yes, he has. He sold out arenas. We know that. Why did he get the Super Bowl show this year?
Okay, I'm agreeing that it's because of Not Like Us. I'm not agreeing that people only watch to see him perform Not Like Us.
Leading up to it, everybody was saying like, yo, are they going to let the word pedophile fly at the Super Bowl? Are they going to let it fly on Fox? It was all this entire year, last year, was for Kendrick was built upon this one song. Mm-hmm. This was his moment. This is the biggest moment of his career. Not from a personal standpoint. I don't know what his biggest moment is, but from the optics outside looking in, this is Kendrick's biggest year.
Okay.
Based off of this one record.
I agree.
Though someone could argue that
The niggas gonna argue whatever. Niggas gonna argue whatever.
GNX
We know what facts are.
Damn may have been a bigger year.
We know what the facts are.
He's not reliant on this.
We know what the facts are. You can make an argument. We know what the facts are.
Okay.
The facts are Not Like Us is Kendrick's biggest song. Not Like Us gave Kendrick his biggest year as an artist. Correct?
Okay.
He got the Super Bowl, one of the biggest performances of an artist's career, correct? Based off of this one song. So it makes sense to tease it in the beginning. Uncle Sam, you better not do that damn record out. Whatever he said. You tease it. We understood it was all built around this song. We understand what the moment was.
Okay.
Now that we know that, what I'm saying was, do y'all feel like the performance was dope? Do y'all feel like the playlist, the set list was dope?
We just talked.
Do y'all feel like he did his thing?
Yes.
You enjoyed the performance?
A lot.
Okay.
But I'm also the person that came in here after the pop-up, which was getting smoked on Twitter. When I was like, I mean, he ran through hits. I love swimming pools. Like, don't get me wrong, but if you're going to use this moment, I would have liked to hear some deeper cuts from Kendrick. I was that person.
that.
You can't use the halftime
So to
show.
me, the fact this motherfucker did Peekaboo and the way, I think, did Dave Free direct this? I know Mike Carson was involved. I know it takes a village. How they did that Peekaboo shit was next. That was like when The Weeknd did the quarantine version of the Super Bowl shit. That was so well shot, and it's a fucking B-side of an album that a lot of people would deem is lower in Kendrick's catalog because it's not an easy listen because it's so West Coast. I love that he did this shit. I was the one that as a pop-up, I was like, all right, man, I've heard his hits a million times. Like, let's put a cool show together. Now, I think it could have been flipped. The pop-up could have been more, I mean, no, GNX wasn't out, but more of the cult classic shit with Kendrick at the pop-up would have been ill to me. Super Bowl, yeah, go get your shit off. They should have been swapped. But I love this performance. And I thought it was ill for hip-hop that this has never happened, a rapper by themselves. That is insane to do. We watched Beyonce work her ass off for that Christmas shit. Like, you saw the behind-the-scenes footage of her running from car to car. To rap this long at a halftime of the Super Bowl, to me, is incredible just for the genre. You don't find that insane at all that he's doing Man at the Garden at fucking the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I do find that insane.
LeBron didn't.
I find that very insane.
You think?
The bottom line is this Super Bowl performance was very underwhelming. I'm happy that Kendrick had his moment. I'm happy he kept it all the way Cali, represented the culture of Cali on one of the biggest stages in entertainment. I'm salute to that. I'm definitely saluting that. That was dope. But we got to be honest here. This set list, as in comparison to the other stars that have had halftime show, is probably near the bottom. When we talk about songs, catalog, hits, this is one of the lower tier set lists that we've probably had in Super Bowl history.
Katy Perry, even though she got her first viral moment shit off with the fucking sharks and all that wild shit, that fucking performance stunk. I'm gonna go with a crazy hot take. I didn't really feel that J-Lo and Shakira shit like that.
Okay, so I get what you're saying, but I also feel like some shit that might be trash to you might be amazing to that audience.
Oh, no, I agree. That's why I'm only speaking for me. I enjoy this. If anyone tells me they hated the GNX live version at the Super Bowl, I'm not going to argue them down on it.
I'm just speaking
liked it.
I'm just speaking from the hits, the hit records, the set list, the songs that he put together to perform on that stage. Did it live up to, in your opinion, the other performances throughout the years where they have their set list and their hit songs?
No.
So now, back to what I'm saying.
It was a drastically different approach because he did the Amazon pop-up shit. I'm not giving him grace
Stop talking about the Amazon pop-up show. That has nothing to do with this.
Oh, yes, it does.
No, it does not. It has nothing to do with this.
Just copy and paste that.
The bottom line is this. This set list, these are not hit records. When you're talking about the biggest stage in entertainment, you need hit records. Undeniable hit records. Not the songs that we like, because there's some songs on there that we like as a culture. When you put somebody on the Super Bowl halftime stage, you need the songs that people that never even heard of Kendrick remember like, oh yeah, that's who that is?
Well, I don't want to do that because
what
there were
records
a couple hits in there. So I
All
would
the Stars
say
were a hit.
Humble is a hit. DNA is a hit. All the Stars is a hit. Not Like Us is a hit. And TV Off is turning into a hit.
Yeah.
Now you telling me it was turning into a hit.
It would be half and half.
Don't tell me it was turning into a hit,
It just
bro.
came out.
So why perform it?
Because he just did a fucking GNX whole performance. Slipped in DNA, Euphoria, and Humble. Even though I even put Euphoria within the GNX rollout.
So back to what I'm saying. This Super Bowl performance was predicated and built upon a moment that an artist had in a year. Now that we got the performance, do you feel like the performance lived up to the hype?
With your point of saying Not Like Us was the hype, fuck yeah.
Okay.
He said everything that we didn't think he was going to say. He had Serena Williams crip walking. The fucking choreography was insane. The camera angles were insane. I'm going off your point of saying Not Like Us is what was
When you
being
say the
anticipated.
choreography was-
that met every expectation.
What
Listen,
choreography was insane, Rory?
First of all, that ain't even a crip walk that she did. Let's get to that. OT Genesis don't approve of that. Let's get to that. Shout out to Zip.
That was dope no matter what, though. That was dope. That was one of my favorite parts.
But we know why it was there. It's clearly because of the boy. How y'all not? What y'all not? I gotta say. Fuck it. I'll say it.
No.
I say it. Fuck it. I'll say it, man. It's clearly
no.
because of you know who, man. Serena Williams, crip walk. Are you serious? I get the Compton ties. She's from Compton. I get that.
Of course.
But is her husband not a colonizer?
As a colonizer, I would say yes.
So where's the consistency in the messaging here?
My shit
Why I
wasn't that.
gotta be the one? No, shut the fuck up. Cause you niggas is y'all crip walking now. That performance was not it. The only performance worse than that was Pat Mahomes. Let's just be real here. Y'all gonna make me say it like the bet. Y'all was not, that shit was very lackluster. For the moment and the anticipation, cause I'm not gonna lie, I was anticipating it. I'm like, I'm gonna see when he had 75 niggas come out that little GNX, I was like, damn, that's like when David Blaine made the whole audience disappear. How did he do it?
Yeah.
But after that, it was like, I like these songs. I like some of them, but they're not hit. We just watched Usher perform hits last year. Rihanna hits the year before that. The Weeknd hits. Like, these are not hit records. I like some of these records. All of the Stars is my shit. But you don't, not at the Super Bowl.
Well, first of all, All the Stars should definitely be played at the Super Bowl. I think All the Stars deserved, and this is why I said that I feel like he focused.
All of the Stars could be performed at like All-Star Weekend.
No, bro.
When you talking
All
about
of
the
the
Super
Stars
Bowl
is one of the biggest. What are you talking about?
All right,
All
so
the
then
Stars
what's
is a
your
huge
That's not the
record.
It is a huge record, but you also got to understand audience, Damaris. That's the part you're not factoring in here. When we get all of these fucking videos from the audience just standing there, sitting down, looking at this dude because they don't know who Kendrick is. This is the NFL. This is a predominantly white entertainment sports thing. This is not NBA.
They stood there when Beyonce performed Formation too. The people that are at the Super Bowl is not who you perform for. That's not who Jay-Z is going and grabbing, entertain these billionaire white people.
Yes, I get it. You want to perform for people that are not there so they could tune in and watch it. I get that. But guess what? The numbers dropped. He didn't even do what Usher did.
It's Usher.
This nigga had the hottest shit. Usher hasn't had a year like this in how many years?
Dog.
What are we talking? No. Usher, you know what it is? Usher has a catalog of hit records over the last 25 years.
Kendrick also has a catalog. He didn't perform his catalog.
He don't have the hits, man.
Yes, he
we like some of these songs, but they're not undeniable. Usher has an undeniable catalog.
I'm saying it's Usher. It dropped 6% down from what Usher did as someone that is just a rapper. My mom,
what is that saying?
And all her friends are sitting there for Usher no matter what, because that's Usher. He's been here for 25 years as a pop star. My mom's going to go to the bathroom during the Kendrick shit.
The year that Kendrick had. Factor that in.
But you're not factoring in the audience
Usher never had a year like that. As dope as Usher is, Usher never had a year like this, not like us shit. Never in his fucking life. I'm older than all of you niggas in here, and I'm telling you, Usher Raymond has never had a year that was this hot. He's never had a moment. He's had a fucking career as a my pop point.
Artist.
Thank you for finally getting where I'm at. You giving a nigga a fucking stage like that based off of a moment.
And I think that's where we disagree. That Kendrick
Cut it out,
is
man.
valued
Keep
at
it
this
real,
regardless.
man. I like Kendrick. I don't want to sound like I don't like Kendrick. He got shit joints that I like. I'm talking about giving somebody this stage based off of a song and a moment was a fucking fail. They should have never given him that. They set him up to be now online where people are saying this is the worst halftime performance ever.
It was mixed reviews like anything else, man.
Okay, so
It wasn't no mixed reviews when Usher performed.
Yes,
Usher,
there
bro?
was.
Yeah, it
Get
actually
the
was.
fuck
Actually
out of
was.
here. I don't want to hear that
But
shit,
yes,
man.
There were.
Man,
yes,
the
there
niggas ain't
were.
never seen a nigga roller skate at the halftime show. That nigga Usher, it wasn't no mixed reviews.
Okay, I feel like so let's simmer down so that we can actually touch on points. You're talking about the point of Kendrick. The songs he performed were not hits, right? Which I had the same complaint as you. But what we're not going to say is that Kendrick doesn't have the hits. Kendrick had hits that he didn't perform. For whatever reason, Rory has his theory, I have mine, that's whatever. But we're not going to rewrite history like Kendrick doesn't have hits. Kendrick has hits.
So
he didn't perform like
he could get the
five of
Super
them.
Bowl with or without Not Like Us.
What hits should he have performed?
He didn't perform all right. He didn't perform King Kunta. He didn't perform Swimming Pools. He didn't perform Money Trees. He didn't perform Loyalty. He has hits that he did not perform. Plenty of them. That was my argument.
Half a damn.
That was my argument. But he didn't perform them. He chose to go the GNX route. I didn't enjoy GNX.
The bottom line is this. This is the bottom line as far as I'm concerned, and I'm only speaking for myself. I like Kendrick. This moment that they gave him was too big for his catalog. It was too big for his catalog. I'm sorry. I like Kendrick. I thought he did some joints last night. I'm like, okay, cool. Love the setup. Love the way the Crips and the Bloods tied in with the colors of the flag and all that. Dope. Uncle Sam there. Dope. All of that shit cool. Points for all of that. But when we talking about just the music and the songs that was performed, it was very like, okay, I guess. Let's just get to Not Like Us. Let's just get to are they going to let the pedophile word fly on Fox? Let's get to that. Everybody A minor. Okay, had an A minor chain on. Okay. It was all built around.
Chain.
Yeah.
What?
PG Lane.
That's a PG Lane chain.
Oh, it was the A from PG Lane? That's what you think
one
it
of
was?
it's part of their logo.
But that's what you think it was?
I don't think it was an A minor chain.
Okay. Anyway, back to what I'm saying.
I really don't think it was an A minor chain.
Okay, because it was PG Lane. So now you have this moment. You have one of the hottest years based off of a diss record.
Mm-hmm.
You get the Super Bowl, but now look, very lackluster.
Listen, I agree with you on that.
Very lackluster.
I agree with you on that.
Very lackluster.
It's not because that's
and I know coming from me, it sounds like hate based off of the year. I know it sounds like hate, but this is battle aside. I was looking at the performance. I wasn't thinking about a battle. I'm thinking about, all right, let me see what Kendrick does with this moment. Because like when we were together at the Mr. Morale show, I thought Kendrick did a phenomenal job on that at that show. Mm-hmm. I came on, I said, yo, I ain't gonna lie, Kendrick stepped his performance shit up heavy. That Mr. Morale show was dope. I enjoyed it. This right here though, and I get the breakdowns going, y'all don't get what it mean. You know, he's telling the government the game is over in front of Donald Trump. Uncle Sam might have been the last minute tossing once they found out that Trump was going to be in the building. I get all of these pieces y'all building. I'm talking about the music. At the end of the day, those songs that were performed, it didn't hit. It didn't hit the way it was supposed to.
What we were saying before Maul got upset is, as far as the moments that he could have made, because if he wasn't focused on the pettiness of Not Like Us. For example, All the Stars should have been a huge moment. There should have been huge production around that.
Like
that was
Rihanna
a song that was a song that was nominated for an Oscar and 4 Grammys. It was a huge song. And it's a beautiful song. It's that kind of, this is my moment for life type.
You know how you know that shit was lackluster? If he didn't do Not Like Us, y'all would have been pissed off.
Of course.
That's my point. That's my point.
Wait, why was that a point?
Because it was all predicated and built around one fucking song.
Well, when did Back to Back came out in January, February 2015?
You need more than one song to do a Super Bowl halftime show.
Back to Back came out. Oh no, because that was summer. If Drake ended up in 2015 being on the Super Bowl,
why are we talking about Drake?
Let me finish my point. And had Back to Back at the height of what it was, I'd be tight if Drake didn't take that opportunity to do Back to Back at the Super Bowl.
No, you wouldn't, man. Nobody care about Drake doing that in a set, man. Are you crazy? As many fucking hit records that he got.
One of the biggest fucking records.
At whatever time. Nobody's mad that he's not performing that fucking record.
If you don't
That
think
shit don't do nothing for his catalog.
I'm actually trying to give your man's credit here.
Talking about?
If you don't think the whole stadium would have said, "Is that your tour, your girls' tour?"
I don't care
it
what
would
you
have been
said.
the moment.
I don't care what you saying they would have said. I'm saying nobody would have turned that TV on like, damn, he ain't do back to back.
I would have been tight.
Nobody don't care about that song like that in his discography.
We're talking about the moment. I'm said in 2015.
Even in that moment, nobody cares about that song like that compared to the hits that he already has leading up to that moment.
Let's say Kendrick doesn't do the Super Bowl this year and does it in 2030. I wouldn't care if he did Not Like Us. Mm-hmm. But if he's doing it in 2025, yeah, I want to hear Not Like Us. It was a moment.
It was. It was all built off of that moment.
Okay, and
if you don't have what it takes to sustain that moment when now you have to perform in front of however many millions of people,
all right, so then
it's going to come across flat.
Let me ask you what the issue is. If a rapper with one of the best catalogs in rap history, especially modern rap, one of the best catalogs, period, in rap, also has Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Also has a huge moment. What's wrong with that? Why is that a bad thing?
I didn't say it was a bad thing.
Somebody, a solidified legend with or without this beef.
I didn't say it was a bad thing.
Also has a moment and you perform it super. Like, what's the problem?
I didn't say it was a bad thing. What I'm saying is he got this performance based off of last year's Not Like Us record. Correct? Are we in agreement there? So what I'm saying,
and I think we would have got it sometime anyways, but yeah.
We dealing with what happened. We don't know what could have happened. What I'm saying is if you get this moment, this big moment based off of one song, you better have something because you can't perform this one song 7 times. So you better put together a set list of hits because this ain't the time to be performing for think pieces and they didn't get it, went over their head. This ain't the time for that shit. This is the Super Bowl halftime. We got to play the Big Joker every fucking night.
Or
every time out, throw the Big Joker
on why Jay actually ended up taking this position to change moments like that.
Theories, man. It's always theories, man.
Wait, a theory?
I'm tired of these fucking theories.
I'm talking about your man's dead quote of Jay taking over to make sure people are represented in the NFL.
Cool. Great.
Isn't that the point of what Jay was trying to do? Shit like this?
I'm glad. Listen, I'm happy.
Having security tackle somebody with a Palestinian flag.
I'm happy to see rappers.
If you want to hear Tim McGraw on his hits again, man, all right, cool. I don't particularly care. I like Peekaboo. I love that it was at halftime.
That's great. Great for you. Well, I'm happy to see any rapper. I'm happy to see any rapper get the Super Bowl stage. What I'm saying is, if you are lucky enough to get that stage, you better have the fucking set list to back it up. You better have the catalog to back it up. You better have the fucking performance ability to back it up. This ain't the time for theories and think pieces. Don't tell me, I missed the choreographer that did this because that represents. I don't care about all of that shit. What does the music sound like? You got to give me consistent, undeniable hit records from the time you touch that stage to the time you leave. This is the Super Bowl halftime performance. Everybody's watching this. We don't have time for, this is a hidden gem, a hidden message, right? And we don't got time for that here. You could do that. You about to go on tour? Get that off on your tour when it comes to hidden gems and hidden messages. Super Bowl, we need the hits.
What was
the same way Pat Mahomes was
Beyonce got killed for when she was with Bruno Mars and they were wearing the Black Panther shit and all the choreography was in the X for Malcolm X? That was it wasn't a hidden message, but
ain't nothing hidden about that.
It was fucking right in your face. But I mean, so was a lot of the America choreography with the Bloods, Crips, American flag. It wasn't that cryptic. Like, I actually think it was a good way to give messages.
I'm not saying it wasn't
Beyonce's done that before too.
Plenty of performers have done cryptic shit.
And Beyonce did that to a song that had just came out.
But guess what else Beyonce did?
That shit came out like 2 months prior to that.
Guess what else Beyonce and Bruno did though? Had undeniable hit records they performed.
Bruno was crip walking right in front of Beyonce.
So undeniable hit record. Undeniable. Not the shit that you like and you and your homies got on your playlist. I'm talking about the shit that they dance to on cruise ships.
Not like us.
That's true. One song. Exactly my point. Then what?
They dance to DNA and Humble on cruise ships too.
DNA and Humble.
They do.
Even though I liked it, I will come on y'all side for a second. I kind of wish Kendrick, and I'm speculating here, with his own probably artist ego to prove that he could do this by himself, I wish he didn't care to do that. Because there could have been a lot of really awesome moments where he brought surprise guests out to do certain records with him. I would have preferred that too. As much as I like this GNX shit, I don't think Kendrick should have felt like he had to carry this shit by himself. Give SZA just 2 records real quick. We really could have done some cool feature shit throughout this entire thing.
Listen,
which isn't taking anything away from Kendrick, because for the most part, they pairing Beyonce with Maroon 5 and Bruno Mars. That's regular at the Super Bowl. You pair superstars together. That doesn't mean they can't do the shit by themselves. Rihanna might have been the first one ever, right?
To do it all by herself.
To just do a set like that. Kendrick could have taken that opportunity to do a lot of the cool shit that he did, the pop-up stuff. That's all.
Yeah, but that sounds like you're leaning on other songs, other artists performing with him.
Which isn't fair.
And which isn't fair, because I guarantee you, if he ended up doing that, you would have came in here today the same way you did when they announced the scissor shit and said he can't do it by himself. And I think his artist ego came in and heard all of that and tried to prove that he could do it by himself with a new project. Fuck y'all, I'm still the greatest rapper of all time. And that's the issue, because all of the fans, including yourself, would have came in here and said he couldn't do it, but he had to get Dre, he had to get all these people.
But that's okay, though.
Mustard had to get.
But that's okay,
everybody.
though. There's nothing wrong with that. But
I agree.
You're leaning to my point.
But y'all would have said he couldn't do it by himself.
But you're leaning to my point of what I'm saying. Think Kendrick is a phenomenal rapper, phenomenal MC, dope. I fuck with Kendrick. What I'm saying is, just because somebody is dope and somebody is a great rapper doesn't mean they have a Super Bowl halftime show worthy catalog. That's all I'm saying. And it's nothing, that's one show, that's one performance that maybe he should be like, yo, my shit ain't really for that. You got a tour coming up, get all your shit off on the tour. That's your building. Those people are there solely to see you. Get your shit off. When I'm saying that Super Bowl stage, that is reserved for artists that have undeniable hit songs, hit records. We don't need the B-sides and the deep album cuts that we personally like. This ain't the stage for that. This is not the stage for that. That's all I'm saying, is that the moment was probably a little too big for Kendrick's catalog.
The same way I think Drake should feel a way that somebody in bell bottoms called me a pedophile at the Super Bowl. If I got the opportunity to perform a diss record against somebody that said I beat my girl, my kid is my man's son, Jay, where do I sign? I'll do that record 10 fucking times of what he just said about me. Yeah, I'm taking that opportunity.
But now you taking
my catalog.
Yeah, but now you taking that shit. Yeah, but now you taking personal ego into a stage that nobody cares about your personal ego on.
What? This whole battle's been personal ego.
But what I'm saying is nobody watching that shit cares about personal ego. People watch the halftime show, this one in particular, to hear that Not Like Us record, to see if he was going to say pedophile.
Back to the point of Hove coming in there to make sure all of us are watching something that we like instead of a Tim McGraw shit. Yes, this is what we wanted to watch. I know the regular NFL fan does not give a fuck about Kendrick Lamar, didn't give a fuck about Usher, Rihanna, even Shakira and J-Lo. But that was Hove's point coming in here for representation of music that has not been, I feel, put at a high point like every other genre at the Super Bowl. So yeah, that's what it is. I don't care that fucking Roll Tide Willie knew about Kendrick Lamar. I don't give a fuck. I thought that was dope that Kendrick Lamar did that shit. And I think it's a salute to Hove, knowing that Kendrick, if you go through the hit-wise, Kendrick's a legend, catalog, one of the greatest of all time. He's not the hit rapper like that. I think it's ill that Jay still said, yeah, let's do it. We got Not Like Us to back it up. That's going to do all the hype. Go do your real shit. I think that's ill.
I don't think that's a good, like that point, Maul, I get what you're saying, but that's not a good point, because if Jay-Z got on there and performed his biggest hits, it would still have middle of America like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, you're not gonna...
If Jay-Z went up there and did Empire State of Mind and Forever Young, I would come in here, no bias aside, say, what the fuck you doing, man? Play Where I'm From.
Come on, Rory. But that's you being stupid.
Needs to happen at the Super Bowl.
But that's you being stupid. And you know that.
But why am I not allowed to express the shit that I like? We all have to conform to what the Roll Tide Willies of the world have to like? No, I want to see shit that I like. Because everyone else for years at the Super Bowl has gotten what they like. Jay came in here to say, all right, for the next 5 years, I'm going to show y'all something. Why can't we get behind that? And Ma, I don't give a fuck who else is enjoying it.
Behind it?
And Ma, you keep saying undeniable hits. You ain't know the majority of them songs Shakira and J-Lo was singing in Spanish. You ain't know them shits.
Yeah, but they was undeniable hit records.
How are they to whom?
To the Latin world. To the other countries that tuned into that shit.
To the Latin world.
Making a great point.
These ain't
The
hits
rest-
to us. We don't think you think those was hit records that Kendrick performed?
I already told you that half of them were hits.
No, they
yes.
was not.
DNA and
How
Humble
is
to me
DNA
is a
not
hit.
like us are hits? Luther is on its way to being a hit. What are
Stop
we
telling
talking
me what's
about?
on its way, Damaris. Jesus is on his way for the last 100
It's
years.
a newer
that
song.
nigga ain't
so
get here
yeah.
yet.
So yeah,
You
of course
talking about
it's
it's
not
on
going to be
its
as
way.
big
No,
of a
it's
hit
not.
as something that came out a whole
You
bunch of
don't
years
do
ago.
a Super Bowl halftime show with a song that's on its way
Just
to being a
because
hit.
it hasn't been done before doesn't mean that
That's
he's
my
wrong
point.
for
But there's
trying.
a reason why
That's
it
my point.
hasn't been done before.
Okay.
That's my point. There's a reason why an artist has not went on the Super Bowl stage and said, you know what, I'm going to do a song that's about to be a hit.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Actually,
here?
Beyonce did. Beyonce did with Formation. Formation was
All
not
right.
a hit when Beyonce performed it.
That's what I was trying to say before. It had just came out.
It was not a hit, but when it
But it's also Beyonce. I get it. Formation.
It's Beyonce.
Formation
She
is
can do
not
whatever-
peekaboo. I get it. But why do we have to go to the same standards of what everyone else did to satisfy middle fucking America with your set list? I guess that's my question to you. Like Kendrick aside,
Why? I'm not
why
talking about
can't he just go out
satisfied-
there and do some West Coast
I'm not
shit?
talking about
GNX just because it's
he
not
could
the
do
best
whatever
shit.
the fuck. Kendrick could went out there and took a shit if he wanted to. He could do whatever the fuck he want on that field. What I'm saying is now, after somebody that watched it, I'm gonna sit here and tell you how I felt about it. And I felt like
that's fine.
as somebody, no matter what the internet thinks, as somebody that listens to Kendrick, that supports his music, listens to his music, goes to his show, I was not impressed by that set list. I was not impressed by the music that was performed at the Super Bowl. I was not. I was like, okay, I get it. All of the stars, like you said, that didn't even land, and that was one of the songs we was looking forward to.
But that's because it was badly performed, not because it's not a
whatever
hit.
whatever it is, whatever happened,
Even though SZA cooked on the runs towards the end, I don't think it was they just went from so much like high energy choreography and running back and forth. It just, when they did that circle shit, it just
was
brought
weird.
everything.
It
It
was
wasn't
weird.
SZA and Kendrick. It was that part of that set design that just got odd. It was
Whatever it
brought
was.
the energy down to the record that should
whatever
have
it
been high.
was, it falls on who?
Kendrick Lamar.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, 100%, yeah.
All right, so why
No, no
we-
question.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It didn't
No,
land.
I said it didn't land. That was the only trick that I didn't think. Now, if we want to talk about unnecessary egos, I am not allowing my wife to go crip walk to spite her ex at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I would look at my girl like, all right, wait. You want to do what? I get don't try to trick me with the Compton shit. No, don't try to trick me.
I mean, it's real. She's from Compton.
Of course she is.
It's real. It's a real thing.
Of course.
It's a real connection.
I know.
Okay.
She's crip walked at fucking Wimbledon. I know. But that wasn't for the Crips.
Yeah, and it's different because at Wimbledon, she's supposed to be at Wimbledon. You ain't supposed to be at Super Bowl or halftime show. Serena, I ain't gonna lie. Serena, y'all know how I feel about Serena. She played herself doing that. I'm sorry. If I was Serena, I would have told Kendrick, listen, I love you. I respect you, everything y'all going on, but I'm not doing
Now
that.
you guys are even because you played yourself in front of her.
Yeah, I mean, but she was not supposed to do that. This is Serena. This is arguably the greatest athlete that's ever lived. She's not supposed to do that. She's not supposed to be sitting out there like a prop for a fucking show to make a social media frenzy. Like that's not. She ain't supposed to be used like that.
I agree with you. I didn't like it because it was coming across as a X moment rather than a Compton moment.
No, it's coming across. It's coming across the way this whole shit is. Like I said, it's all because of one individual who was not in that building. That's exactly how it comes across. The record is built around one individual. Serena being there is built around one individual. Like, what do we can just say, okay, we understand what the moment was. This was the shit on Drake moment. Bring in a girl that he's dated who happens to be one of the greatest fucking athletes ever. Have her crip walk. She's from Compton. We see the connection. I get that. But she wasn't supposed to agree to that. She should have respectfully passed on that.
I disagree. I enjoyed it.
What'd you do? They showed it for 4 seconds. What did you enjoy?
I enjoyed it. I thought
you
it was
enjoyed
dope.
the pettiness of it because she used to fuck with Drake, right?
I enjoyed, even if she didn't used to fuck with Drake, I enjoy seeing our athletes incorporated into hip hop. I like that.
Yo, I love when Serena was in the Sorry video. Fire.
Thank you.
But I'm saying this is coming from my male fragile ego. There's no fucking way my wife is about to crip walk to spite her ex at the fucking Super Bowl.
So we do agree she was there to spite her ex.
100%.
Okay. I thought we was going somewhere else with that. Okay.
What's funny is Venus was on our flight to New Orleans. And I was like, nah, there's no way. When I saw Venus, I was like, do you think this motherfucker gonna bring Serena out? I was like, there's no fucking way that would happen. The whole time I'm thinking on this flight, wow, that's one of the greatest athletes
and then
ever.
it happened,
I was starstruck.
And then it happened. What did you say?
I should have talked to Venus on the flight and been like, listen, man, let's just watch from the box.
That's all I'm saying. It was a little cringe.
How high up on Billboard do you guys have to think a song has to go and stay for it to be considered a hit? Not just first week.
That's a great question that I probably can't answer now.
Okay.
That sounds like such a loaded question.
How does a song have to go on Billboard?
That'd be such a loaded question.
And stay. Like
Not Like Us is a hit
bit.
record that should be performed in the Super Bowl.
I'm not talking about Not Like Us. I'm talking about Luther, which is number 4 on Billboard right now, that I was being told was not on its way to being a hit.
It's almost a hit. Yeah. I think it's
number 4 on Billboard. I feel like, that's just me. And it's been on there for a while. That's just me. I don't know.
I'm not arguing that Luther should have been performed.
You also asked me who knows 30 for 30, and that's also number 20 on Billboard right now.
You got to pick one. Luther or 30. Like, come on. That's where I was arguing with you. You can't just do all the new records that y'all just did. Pick one of the new ones and then do the Black Panther soundtrack. And then let SZA cook for a few records from Control and SOS. No, you're not doing 30 for 30 at the Super Bowl.
But this is the
crazy.
That might have went off better than Luther.
But this is the thing, though.
Luther is a big record right now.
So is 30 for 30. That's what I was trying to tell you.
I feel like 30 for 30 would have went off better at the Super Bowl.
Also,
okay, you guys want to be stat people with the Super Bowl. You just proved that Luther should be the one out of those two.
Luther came out before 30 for 30. 30
I'm
for
aware
30
of that.
is going up on the charts. What I'm saying
It's not passing Luther.
What I'm saying
or you have to buy me sneakers.
What I'm saying is, if you would stop interrupting me, is that if you're going to advertise bringing SZA out, utilize her, you don't have to perform the entire song. When I say 30 for 30, when I say medley, do it creatively. Get three of you and SZA's songs off together. Have SZA do 2 on her own, but in medley form. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Doesn't take much. That's what I was trying to say. 30 seconds
is a lot in a 15-minute set. I guess I'm with you if it was a transition. You should utilize that time to get SZA her time with solo records if you're bringing her out. That's all.
Why he ain't let SZA
That's what I'm saying.
SZA
over 30 for 30.
Snooze.
That's a fact. I agree.
Because I almost fell asleep watching that.
See, here you go. See.
You know I had to get one. Come on,
no, I know. I like it. I like it.
Come on.
I like it. It was a good one.
Come on.
I get it. I actually feel for advertisers, not because there wasn't like a quote unquote pop star there. When the game sucks, people are turning that shit off in the third quarter. Like all that money that these advertisers paid for those commercials, because obviously Super Bowl commercials are the biggest thing. Mm-hmm. Imagine you finally get your bread up and this shit is fucking 38-0 in the third quarter. I spent all this fucking money.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie though, at halftime I did feel like Pat Mahomes still had a chance though. Like, I didn't count Kansas City out until I think the mid-third, and I just saw their body language. I was like, man, it's over. They gave up. Like they didn't look like defending champs. So, I mean, it happens though. Shout out again. I don't want to say like the Eagles did. They handled business. They did what the fuck they had to do, and they went in there and they didn't want to leave it up to the refs. They wanted to play. I think at one point when they got that first bad call. And I always keep thinking about this. They showed a shot of Saquon Barkley grabbing everybody and pushing them on the sideline saying, chill. Like, in other words, don't get caught up in this ref shit. Let's just fucking play. Let's not leave it up to the refs. Let's go out here. Let's punch these motherfuckers in their mouth and let's get out of here with this Super Bowl. So I like the fact that Saquon, his first year there, he showed that leadership when it looked like, everybody was kind of, the head coach was upset at the call. Everybody on the Eagles sideline kind of had this energy where it's like, yo, don't start this shit. And it was like only 2 minutes into the game. And they showed Saquon kind of grabbing everybody and pushing them on the sideline saying like, chill, don't worry about it, don't get caught up in that shit. So shout out to the Eagles, man.
But I'm sorry. That pick six, you didn't see the way that their like facial, like their body language changed after that pick six by Cooper? You didn't see that?
It was before that though. That was the nail. That was like, all right, man. But
it was a great day for the Whites.
Yeah.
It was his birthday too.
I was so proud.
Yeah.
Cause we gotta like, when we got white DBs, that's very rare. We have to support our guys, like get behind.
Yeah, I feel you. But one of the best moments of the night for me was we actually got to see Seal be a Seal. I thought that was the coolest shit. Like we didn't know we needed that moment until we got it last night. Like none of us have probably ever thought about Seal being a Seal.
Was that your favorite commercial?
But by far. By far. That's one of the best commercials I've ever seen.
Did James direct it?
I don't know who directed it.
They missed that opportunity if his little brother didn't.
The song kind of had me doing this a little bit, the way he was remixing that shit and all. I was like, okay.
That was the Baja Blast commercial, right?
No, I think it was Mountain Dew, right?
Yeah, Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't even know they
You say Baja Blast, I'm thinking like that's like a Chinese.
I thought that was a resort in St. Thomas.
Yeah.
No, yeah, the Baja Blast is the soda they were advertising. My favorite was, I don't know, I got old ass parents, y'all, so I'll be doing auntie shit. When Harry Met Sally reenactment, Hellman's like her doing the moaning in the diner, I freaked out, and Alex and her boyfriend were like, what the fuck? I'm like, y'all don't get When Harry Met Sally, like y'all don't see it. But my favorite commercial was the Nike women's commercial. They smoked that.
Which one was that?
That was with oh God. It had Sha'Carri. It had all like a bunch of the women's players from different like sports. And Doechii was narrating it.
I missed that.
It had Jordan Childs. It had Caitlin Clark. It like
damn, I missed that commercial.
Really? That was the best Super Bowl commercial to me. That was the best one.
Damn. That sounds dope. I was wondering why I didn't see a Nike commercial, because I think I said that. I was like, yo, Nike didn't get a commercial this year?
Yeah, no, they did.
So then that probably was the commercial that they put all the money behind. Okay.
So when before you guys give me my flowers with Ice Spice, I do want to bring
shout out to Yo. We thought that they had a fickle relationship. Taylor she didn't curve. The Bronx was in the building. Ice Spice was there. We thought she curved Ice Spice. We thought Taylor kicked out the car. Ice Spice was there, Rory. That's all I'm saying. Ice Spice was there.
I know she's busy. I have been refreshing my DMs, my iMessage. I'm just waiting for a thank you, just maybe a flower emoji, something. If I don't put the pressure on Taylor, is Ice Spice at the Super Bowl with her?
Yeah, I think so, Rory. I think she's still there. I'm sorry.
You don't see the shift though?
No.
Until I started putting the pressure on, they weren't even hanging out. You didn't even know if they knew each other.
Or maybe they were just not for cameras.
I get how you want to frame that, but no, I think you just was wrong.
It's okay. Cool.
They still friends.
No, it's fine. I know haters when I hear them. You ain't seen Ice Spice next to her since until I started putting that pressure.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
The Bronx owes me a thank you.
I ain't gonna lie. Ice Spice got to be
Gingers across the world.
She got to be at a few more regular season games. You can't just pop up at the Super Bowl. Like you got to support in the regular season too. She got to fly to Kansas City for some games. Like she got to do that.
See, you don't understand. I'm a chess player. I put Taylor in
I've never seen you play chess.
A compromising situation where I was attacking her character as a human being. Music is subjective, whatever. Her dating life, who gives a fuck about that? I'm looking at her, Taylor. This is supposed to be your friend. You putting out press releases that this is the greatest artist next to Prince, the greatest human being next to Gandhi. Why you don't hang out with her no more? Because them streams down?
Yeah.
She be talking about poop too much?
Yeah.
I thought that was your people. I attacked her character. And that's what got under her skin.
Okay. I'll let you have that. Whatever makes you sleep.
And there I am at 6 a.m. in a middle seat, flying back to New York, knowing that Taylor definitely gave Ice Spice a private jet back to New York. Fuck am I sitting here sweating in the middle seat? I'm the reason that she was at the Super Bowl, Ice.
Aside from the game, the best part of the weekend was definitely Kanye West on Twitter.
No, it wasn't. As someone that defends Kanye more than they should, this is corny as fuck. This is hard. This is stupid. Like, fuck Kanye West. When have you ever heard me say some shit like that?
Word. That kind of got word. Fuck Kanye.
He was making fun of Cassie getting
you
beat
got
up.
Daughters,
How are you sitting up here not
dirty
saying
motherfucker? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I agree. I'm agreeing with you.
I'm done with Kanye West. I never actually even thought I would see the day. I've said out loud certain things like, damn, can't fuck with that with Kanye, and still quietly listen to his music. This has finally gotten me to that point.
Is it the tweets in support of Puff?
Yes, and then you're making merch, and then on top of that, you not even on the side of like the way Puff's kids are supporting their pops, because that's their pops, even though they didn't have nothing to do with that, and I have some grace and understanding because that's their dad, they want to stand by him. That's because that's their blood, that's their dad.
Right.
Ye is continuing on, and it's like, I'm only doing this for selfish reasons. He's not doing it because he really want to stand with his brother.
Right.
He doesn't fuck with Puff. He hates Puff. He's using a moment over a woman that was fucking punted through a hotel hallway to sell a t-shirt that you probably not even gonna print. You have daughters, you nasty motherfucker. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
It's gross. Fuck Kanye West, man.
Tweeting a screenshot.
Yo, All Falls Down will never overshadow bullshit like that to me.
Right. No, I agree. The art never overshadows like
Man, fuck
personal
that.
shit.
Sorry, did I take it too far?
No, you
That's why I
didn't
didn't even want to talk about it,
man. If that's how you feel, brother, that's
I
how
was
you
actually
feel.
happy that it didn't get like the traction that Kanye thought it was going to get. That's why I was so proud. I didn't want to talk about this because I want to give more light to it. Not to say that we would bring more light to Kanye West rant, but this didn't go the way he thought it was going to go.
The rant.
No.
The antics, screenshot and taking a picture, like screenshotting that video of Diddy before he beat on Cassie. Like that's not like you screenshotting that and tweeting it. Like
You
what
putting
the
out
fuck is
hoodies
wrong?
that match, like, come on.
Match what she had on in the video. Like it's levels. Like no, I used to stand up for Kanye a lot too, but no, I'm done. He's cooked in my butt.
That is the consensus that I've seen. Like a lot of people that supported Kanye through a lot of his rants and things that he said in the past. This rant this past weekend was the rant that I think most people are finally at a point where they're like, all right, man, like I'm done with this dude. And I agree with you, Rory. Like the things he said, I was questioning. I'm like, yo, but why is he tweeting this? And I'm like, okay, I get it. You have, because I called it last week. Whenever he has something to sell us, he goes on this crazy rant, and like clockwork, it gets everybody stirred up, and his tweets are posted everywhere. So it's marketing. But I'm of the belief that Kanye, the reason why I'm looking at this rant a little crazy, well, all of his rants, but this one in particular is because I'm like, Kanye doesn't need to do any of this to sell anything. Kanye could post a link tonight with his album, his merch, and everybody that was going to support and buy it before his rant is going to support and buy it anyway. Even if he didn't go on a rant, people are going to see he has a cult following. He has a built-in fan base that is going to tell him, we love you no matter what, except for, I think, this past rant is the one where I think his fan base is now looking at him for the first time that I can remember and saying collectively, like, nah, fam, you went a little too far with this.
And as an advocate for mental health that has given Kanye a lot of grace when he's done wild rants before, I think he was undiagnosed, didn't have good people around him. I was on that side of let's give some grace to him here.
Mm-hmm.
This is not mental health. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
There's nothing about this. Don't put a BetterHelp ad right here. This is not mental health. You're a fucking asshole.
Mm-hmm.
You know exactly what you're doing and who it's gonna affect. And in a week or two, if I see one fucking Kanye West rant of they're keeping my kids away from me, they won't let me see my children, I'm a victim. If I ever said some shit like that or posted what he posted about Cassie and Kia took Amara away, she fucking should.
Mm. No, I agree. Listen,
when
man,
he starts crying, yo, why no one help me get my kids?
this is why. This is the first time where I think that I understand a lot of, the things that Kanye has gone through as far as like family, with and again, he's tweeting and ranting and saying that a lot of these things were, people didn't support him when they were trying to take his family away from him. We all collectively felt like, damn, like, especially you as a father can understand if somebody is trying to take your kids away and, we don't know the full story. But then when you get rants like this, that gives us a peek into the mind and the thoughts of this person. This is obviously somebody that is unstable, who's unpredictable.
Mm-mm. See, this is where I'm starting to disagree, even though we all know Kanye does have mental health problems. Even coming off that Justin LeBoy shit of a somewhat coherent conversation, Kanye can no longer use that excuse with me. This is intentional. This isn't some fucking manic shit.
Oh, no. This is very intentional.
This is strategic. This is actually the stable part of Kanye West, and that's my problem.
No,
this isn't someone crashing out.
No,
this is someone doing something very intentional who is a very, very smart human being.
But Rory, he's saying it's intentional. He said it. He said everything he's tweeting. He knows what he's tweeting. He's okay. He's even went on live and, he said he posted a video because a video of Kodak Black in the street eating chicken or something, like sitting in the middle of the street, hit the timeline. And Kanye posted a video saying, like, I know throughout my tweets, people think I'm somewhere going crazy right now. Like, I'm fine. I'm okay. So clearly,
more selfish bullshit. Did he fly like he said he was going to do and go get Kodak?
I mean, we don't know that. I mean, so, we don't know.
Did he go get everyone's masters back after the last Twitter rant 2 years ago? No.
Well, no, we know that.
Every time he tries to clean up his crazy bullshit with stuff that we agree with, he never follows through with it.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying at this point, you're just fed up.
That's why I saw Big Sean and Drink Champs hurt as fuck. Like, why would you not only say all that shit about me, but then you went on this rant, you're going to get everyone's masters back, and instead of actually doing that, you shit on my character and who I am as a person. I've been nothing but nice to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck fuck Kanye, man.
No, listen,
Fuck him.
I
Fuck
get
him.
it.
And which I hate when he tries to make points that I do agree with, that I do think black executives are definitely attacked. I think a lot of shit does get made up. I think that is a real point that does need to get looked into. But we have that video. So I don't even want to hear a fucking thing about that.
No, these tweets were, I laugh at a lot of shit. I find humor in a lot of shit. But when he started going the whole Cassie, he even said, yeah, I've hit women before and this, that, and the third. You start going that route and start okaying that behavior, that's when I kind of got to be like, all right, fam, I can't tune into this no more, because this is clearly somebody that is just, in their own world, in their own head, and doesn't understand, what's going on around them and how it affects everybody going on around them. Because Cassie has to read. She has to see that. She has to read these tweets.
Yeah, I think Kanye is very aware of how it affects everyone around him. I think he doesn't care.
Well, yeah,
he's just a selfish.
That's why I'm on the side now where I can care less about a Kanye album. I mean, being honest, I didn't care about this new album coming out like that anyway. So if I'm just being honest, once I heard it was a AI album, I'm like, I don't really give a fuck about that. But, I'm at the point now that you're at with Kanye as well. Like I don't care about a rant. I don't care about an album. I don't care about anything Kanye has to sell. I do care about him, becoming a better person, a better father, a better, let me not say a better father, a better example of a father. But he needs to get some help. He needs to get some people around him and, really address his issues and what's really, because a lot of this seems like it's reactive because he was hurt when people didn't help him with his family situation. So now he kind of lashes out and, you know what I mean? So that's just a cycle of just trauma that he obviously is dealing with. But again, I don't think he cares. I think he's just all about Kanye and serving Kanye.
And we'll get off this. This went way longer than some shit I didn't even want to talk about. I do want to give grace to his crew, because I hate that when people from the outside looking in are like, yo, why isn't his friends like trying to stop him from doing this? Too many yes men around it. I know John Monopoly cares about Kanye West wholeheartedly. I know he's tried to stop him from doing crazy shit. Some people in your crew, you're not a yes man. You just can't stop that certain shit. And I'm not about to go in this crash out shit with you. Don't do that shit. And if you choose otherwise, you a grown fucking man. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I know Al B really cares for Kanye West. Kanye does have good people in his circle. Kanye West isn't going to listen.
Yeah, but when you're Kanye West, no matter who you have in your
what's
circle.
What's worse, a yes man or somebody that's a leader of a crew that won't listen to their crew?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It doesn't matter who's around Kanye. He needs to get like professional help, not just good people. He needs people that can recognize, the mental illness that is there and kind of like help him work through that, because at this point he's just burning his legacy. He's burning his fan base. He's burning everything that he's worked so hard to build. And why is he doing that? That's the question. It's like, well, why are you doing this? Because you really don't have to do this. So it's all intentional. It's all self-sabotaging. And whenever you see somebody doing that, there's a reason, there's an issue that needs to be addressed. And, hopefully one day he gets the help that he needs and, works on becoming a better person. But I'm off the Kanye West support train at this point.
Attention to himself. He's admitted that he was so scared of Drake because Drake finally got more attention than him. Kendrick, after the LaBoy shit, Ari's admitting he's pissed off that Kendrick was the one that did that to Drake. Now Kendrick doing the Super Bowl. He trying to prove to him his own weirdo ego that he is still bigger than everyone else. And we don't care. We're looking at Not Like Us on Super Bowl right now. I don't give a fuck about your weird rants on Twitter. You're not the god you really think you are. Mm-hmm. You're a genius in your own right, but don't know. Your time is starting to pass unless you change your approach.
A lot of this is your fault, though.
White people?
No, just people like Rory that started calling him Yeezy and Yeezus. The first time you called him Yeezus,
I've never called him
Yes,
Yeezus.
you did,
I've
man.
never called him Yeezus.
You went to his show and you was yelling, Yeezus, save us. That's what you did.
Ew.
That's what you did.
Okay. I'm here for the joke.
You started calling him Yeezus.
I didn't do that.
That's your fault.
But I did buy the shirt.
Yeah,
and I did wear it.
That's the same
and
shit. Did you wear it out? Did you wear it in public?
100%.
That's you saying Yeezus. Or in public. That's your fault. See, I never called him that.
But again, apologies for going on a longer rant with that Kanye shit and giving more attention than needs.
That's your rant.
We have a guest here, one of my favorite people, friend of the show. So we're gonna get into that. In the meantime, please stream Rory Leon Thomas. Who are you anyway? And I'm excited for this guest just so she can shit on your sports opinions.
She's probably
She's capable of
she's probably one person that absolutely can't shit on my sports opinions. So yeah.
Let's get into it. And we are back.
Yes, we are.
Fresh off the weekend, and we have a very, 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 very special guest, friend of the show.
Yes, friend of the show. This is the first time I think I've been in a room with a woman that knows more about sports than I do.
It's not that difficult.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
honored.
Your takes are, you are not shooting a very high percentage of sports takes, but yeah, it's fine. I'm with you. I'm on your side. She's the expert.
She is the expert. Today we are joined by the expert, sports expert, Brooklynite, Lincoln, a rail,
yes,
Lincoln
rail
splitter, Ashley Nicole Moss. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi. I'm a little disappointed, Ma.
Why?
Because you be leaving money bags underneath my pictures, but I ain't see no money when I pulled up.
Called you out.
So where the
First
cash
time.
at?
You just fronting?
Damn.
You be dropping mad money bags in the comments. I don't see nothing. I got no gift when I pulled up. I don't
I'm gonna be honest.
a bag, some shoes. Where they at?
Okay, so now that we're having,
I got her a tea.
Now that we're having this full
did get me some
transparent
tea.
moment, I did not know you were coming in today.
You didn't know I was coming in?
Rory said it was on the calendar.
Been on the calendar for a minute.
I didn't look at the calendar. I probably did, but it's probably been on the calendar for like 2 weeks.
No, like a month maybe?
See, worse. If I see something on the, it's like the month. Nobody gave me like the 2 days out. Like, yo, Ash is coming in Monday.
So you saying if you knew I was coming in, you
the
prepared.
works.
Got
The
it.
works would have been here.
You was flustered when you walked in and saw her?
No, I was just like, oh shit, Ashley's here. I didn't know she was coming in today. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're joining us.
I feel like with those money bags though, you should just walk around with
Yeah, you
extra
might want to
bags,
keep a
like-
little something in your pocket at all times.
You know
what
what's
I mean?
funny? I really don't. And I thought about this the other day. I haven't walked around with cash on me in probably 6-7 months.
So it's false advertisement.
No, it's not false advertisement. It's more like it's like Santa Claus. Like you've never seen Santa, right? He never like came down the chimney and actually left gifts.
Right.
But when you wake up, the gifts are there.
Yeah.
So in the morning you might wake up and then your Zelle might be like, something that you weren't expecting.
Got you. Okay.
So you're Santa Claus in this scenario.
I'm not saying I am. I'm saying maybe.
Somebody could be.
okay.
Maybe.
Just a
Santa's
myth.
maybe here, maybe not.
Are you his associate? You speak on his behalf? Is that what the money
know.
bags is for? You breadcrumbing for
Yeah,
him?
we've kicked it a couple nights.
Got you, heard you.
We've
Okay.
kicked it. I know who's been naughty and who's been nice.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do. Yeah.
We can tell on Instagram that you know
sure
all
you
the
do.
naughty people.
Yeah.
I feel like I can actually put Maul in homie court out the gate.
Oh,
While Julius was with the Knicks,
Yeah.
Maul never
My God, Julius Randle.
took me to a Knicks game. Ashley took me to a Knicks game, and you didn't during the Julius
That's
era. That's
crazy.
insane.
Well, we were at a game together one night. I didn't even know you were there. You texted me and he was like, "Yo, where you sitting at?"
I think I was with her,
Okay, so then that was so.
Which
so
is
technically
crazy.
we didn't go together, but you were already
but I wouldn't have been
going.
able to go if she didn't give me a ticket.
And you had better seats.
Well, it's her.
But still, that's your man's and you ain't let your man's come. Like, what's up with
How
that?
many years was Julius with the Knicks? 5?
Probably, yeah.
That's crazy, Maul.
Probably 5 years. I only went to honestly, Julius was with the Knicks for 5 years. I may have went to 5 games.
And who would you go with when you went to those 5 games?
He got caught on 4K one time. We caught him.
Woohoo.
Somebody had filmed you from across the court, and you were with, a money bag.
Oh.
Was I?
Oh, so
Just
you
a friend?
taking
It was your cousin. You was just dropping groceries off.
and not your man.
No, I took me and my homeboy went to the year they went to the playoffs. Who did they play that first
The
round?
Hawks.
We went to one of those games. Me
Okay.
and my homeboy. 2 of the other games I went by myself because I sat next to his wife one game.
Okay.
I only went to. I think I took a girl with me one time to a Knicks game,
And just a
and that
friend.
may have been that. That may have been the time you talking about.
Probably.
Yeah, I only went to 5 games. Only to
Well,
one
I
game
took
a year.
you, Rory, so you good. Don't worry.
That's fine.
Yeah, see,
I was the shorty that was brought.
Yeah.
And you was asking. She knows more about sports than I do. So you
Yeah, it was actually an intelligent conversation that was going
But
on.
was Ash-
Instead
was-
of pointing
Was
where the
Ashley
side
calling
chick
out the
section
plays,
is.
though? Do you know the plays?
What do you mean? Do I know the Knicks playbook?
Or no, are you do you yell out and be like, yo,
stack
set the
clear?
screen? Do you,
Oh,
you
yeah.
call the
Like
screen out?
screens, offense, man-to-man, zone. Yeah, I know that.
But do you yell it out though? Like if Jalen Brunson's
It's-
about to set a screen on Jalen, do you yell out
I mean,
left?
basketball is more of like a game of runs and adjustments, whereas football, you can kind of see the play happening in real time. Remember, you're playing
Bless you,
5-on-5, so it's like offensively and defensively what adjustments you should make. But if I'm calling them out in real time, no, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you play sports growing up?
I played a little bit. I dabbled. I did soccer when I was really young, but growing up in New York, it was cold as hell outside. So
And there's not many fields.
yeah, I was in and out. Basketball and volleyball were really my 2
Okay.
things that I really was invested in. And then I was on the dance team for a little bit.
Okay.
I used to cheer for the basketball team.
So you was like, you was cheering while you were playing? Like during the time out, would you go like?
Before I really took basketball and was like, I'm going to do that, I was dancing for a little bit for the team. So I was like Christina Milian and Love Don't Cost a Thing. You know, that's my role.
Right.
Well, why am I
that
blanking,
reference?
That was my thing.
Where'd you pull that reference out of?
Because when I was
Actually, I thought it was a great reference.
When
I
I was-
totally
you know
understood
why?
what she was saying.
Because when I was a kid, I used to get that comp a lot. My hair like is naturally very, very dark and curly. So like I used to get that like, that's like the first thing that was top of my head.
Okay.
Shout out to her though. She's ageless. I
Did
love her.
Sebastian Telfair pay you to be his girlfriend?
He
while you
did
were doing
not
that?
pay me to be his girlfriend.
And I'm
Neither
aging
did
you.
Lance Stevenson.
Because you was there when Lance was there, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Lance definitely did the Nick Cannon. Paying for the
That's
cheerleader.
crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy. Lance was the man.
Oh,
No,
I mean,
definitely.
one of the greatest New York City
absolutely.
high school
Without a
basketball
doubt.
players ever.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
All right. So, first of all, congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
I think what you and Taylor Rooks are representing with Black women in sports is amazing. And I'm always happy to see y'all doing what y'all do. And y'all know y'all shit. So I love that. Y'all put all the stereotypes to bed that women should just go in the kitchen once the game is on. Like y'all really know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Yeah.
Well, they tried to get her out the paint. Congrats on your CBS show that was just launched. They tried to get you out like episode 2 with your Anthony Davis take.
Oh, that wasn't even my show. That was a like breaking news type. Like Luka had just gotten traded.
Yeah.
Mind you, I was fresh off of my first sideline game that I was doing at VCU. I was in Richmond. Had a 6 a.m. flight out of Richmond. I fell asleep, so I didn't even see the trade until I woke up. It's like 4 a.m. And I wake up to Sports Center and I'm like hearing like Luka's been traded, but I'm half asleep. I'm like,
There's no
thinking
way.
I'm dreaming, like whatever the case may be. I finally like get out of my sleep. I get to the airport. I'm scrolling through my phone. I'm like, oh shit, like he really got traded. Okay, cool. So one of our producers who works on the weekend hit me and was like, can you give a take on this whole thing? I hadn't even had time to really like decompress it and like read about it. So like I was really just like winging it and speaking in real time. Not my best work. Like rightfully so, I got cooked. Like
what did you say though? I didn't see what you said.
That Anthony Davis. What I meant to say was that Anthony Davis could be a piece that was used to bring Jimmy to Dallas. What I ended up saying though, because I'm sleep deprived, is that they're gonna trade AD for Jimmy Butler, which no one in their right mind would do. So
yeah, you was sleeping.
I got cooked. Yeah, but it is what it is.
Yeah, they cooked.
Way more mature than me. Like I looked at that as a teachable moment for myself. When I have a horrible take, instead of just admitting that I'm wrong, I'm going to double, triple down on that shit.
No.
I'm not taking
Always
the L.
admit it.
I'm going to continue to argue that, even though I know in my heart I'm wrong. She came out super mature and was like, "Yeah, I had a bad take. I apologize."
Yeah, I said
was
this
like-
take is
I was
trash.
like, "Oh, you could do that?"
Yeah, see, I don't get the luxury of doing that.
Why?
They kill me about takes that happened 3 years ago. I'm like, bro, that was 3 years ago. I said
Because you don't apologize
I don't need to
and
apologize.
say I was wrong. You don't.
the
Well, you
fans.
don't say I
And
was wrong.
you believe your takes too. Like she realized she had misspoke.
Nah, it was a bad take. Like in hindsight, after I digested it, I was like, yeah, this ain't it. And honestly, what really threw me off though, like really what was surprising was the fact that there were articles written about the take and how like asinine it was. And then when I called it trash, there were articles like, we need more of this in sports media. And I was like, oh, okay.
Need more trash takes?
No, we need more people owning up to their trash takes, which I was like, oh, I can give that to you guys all the time. Now that's what you want.
What's one of your takes that you feel like you got killed for, but you really believed in it? Where you like the internet absolutely killed you for it, but every day you're like, nah, like I got that right. Y'all are bugging.
Usually like if it comes back in full circle and I end up being right, I'll double down on it. But I will say the take that I stand by to this day, even though it didn't come true, was my Giannis take. So when I was on sports radio, Giannis was going through free agency. And there was a rumor that he was going to sign in Miami. And like he was having conversations with Miami. And we sourced it out, whatever. The same source who told us that Jimmy was going to sign in Miami told us about Giannis. Now, ultimately didn't happen because Drew Holiday came out of left field, ended up going to the Bucks. But Milwaukee fans, Bucks fans to this day.
Oh, this is before the championship.
Yeah, will not let me live this down. And then they won the championship that year.
Okay.
So it was like a double thing. The Bucks have me blocked on Twitter.
Wait, teams do that?
Yeah, the Bucks have me blocked on social media.
Wait.
To this day. Which is
Did you find out like who actually did it though?
No, I don't know. It's whoever the admin is, but I got blocked on Twitter by the Milwaukee Bucks.
Well, stop
but
harassing
what's actually
them.
really funny is a couple weeks ago, they liked one of my photos on Instagram. So I'm like, what's going on here?
They're trying to set you up just so they can block you on IG. You think shit is sweet and then go to the page block.
Block on IG.
But
Yo, blocking Ashley in the social strategy is the funniest shit in the world.
But I stand by it. It just didn't come true. Trades like that, like sometimes trades happen, they don't happen. Like sometimes a player gets thrown into the equation and it changes the whole dynamic of what they were talking about.
Because you're speaking in like as soon as you get this information.
Like you can't ever 100% predict a trade. There's always something that can like throw a wrench into it. There's always something that can change the course of what was supposed to happen, what was rumored to happen. And you would have to be a psychic to know that like, if you said X player was going to get traded and now this player comes out of left field and changes that, there's no way you could have known that. You know what I mean? So I stand by it. And I would really love if like the Bucks unblocked me because
we'll see what we could do.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I'll make a couple calls.
I appreciate that.
Make some calls.
That's what's up.
Is it similar in sports? Like, for example, our listeners will kill us if they know we have a relationship with a certain artist or some type of friendship, even if we're admitting we're coming from some type of a bias. Does that happen in sports?
No, they don't.
Well, that's because you just keep doubling down on your takes.
Yeah.
Not apologizing.
Unlike Ashley, I don't apologize.
Oh, no, I apologize. That's why I got like a good review. So like people like try to kill me about the fact that I'm a diehard Knicks fan.
Okay.
And they'll be like, well, you're a Knicks fan. You don't know anything. Like, all right, chill on me. Like, I know a lot.
So is Stephen A.
It's the same thing. Like, I think though, like, I'm also the first person to like uplift the Knicks on a public platform. But I'm also the first person to be like, they're not playing well. They look like trash. Tibbs is running our guys into the ground. So I feel like if you lead with your fandom, but you're also not afraid to criticize your team, people know that you just are going to keep it 100 across the board. And that's really all you can do, you know?
See, that don't work for me because I criticize the Lakers and they still kill me.
But do you ever uplift them?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just don't like the bubble ring.
It's probably just you then.
Tell me how you uplift the Lakers.
No, I uplift them saying like, damn, we need to do this. Like, we look good. Like, you know, this player off the bench, that was a good draft pick. I like Connect and all that. I'm glad that trade didn't go through because I like him. But then I say, yo, we're not winning nothing this year. And then everybody.
Do you ever like call a player out of their name? Like, you ever call Anthony Davis street clothes?
Nah, I never do that. I've never called Anthony Davis to his face.
Have you ever, not to his, like on social media?
No, never.
Have you ever called any player out of their name?
Nah, not on social media.
You sure?
I'll say they're trash.
Can we do a background? You can't say that.
If somebody's trash, why not?
You can't call a player trash.
Ashley, don't do that.
I've never called a player trash.
Yes, you have.
I actually have never called a player trash.
All right, are you talking about on air or in your personal life?
Oh, on air.
See, that's what we differ at. I give them the real me. I don't edit my shit.
I've never in my life called a player trash on air.
Top
why
3
not?
trash
But
players
if they're
now.
trash, why not?
Because I feel like there's so many other ways to vocalize that. And trash is such a lazy way. And honestly, because if we're going to keep it a buck, if you're in the NBA, you're not trash. There are tiers.
Well, no, we know
There's
that.
tiers of players in the NBA.
We know that, yes.
Not everyone's the same tier.
Yes.
But if we're going to be honest, like there's a skill set that every single player has.
Absolutely.
That is NBA caliber.
Absolutely.
So calling a player trash is just not factual. Now, you can say like, didn't have a good game or it was unsatisfactory or it's uncharacteristic or there's a lot of other words and adjectives you can use. I can't call somebody trash. That's crazy.
Ashley, don't.
I'm not gonna do that.
You can't call a player uncharacteristic because
I'm gonna say that's uncharacteristic to his style of play.
All right, so Pat Mahomes had an uncharacteristic game last night.
Uncharacteristic.
He played trash.
He played horribly.
He's not trash. He's one of the greatest of all time.
He played horribly.
It's okay to say
Pat Mahomes is not trash. He had a trash game.
Right, but he played horribly is the way I would say that on air.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I respect that.
Has that ever fucked up interview opportunities when you have used nice adjectives like uncharacteristic? But NBA players, especially, I feel like are more sensitive than even like R&B artists. When it comes to how you talk about that.
NFL players are the most sensitive athletes in the world.
But that's
they have
because
helmet syndrome.
CTE, man.
Nobody knows what they look like because they have a helmet on all the time. So as soon as they get a chance to take that funky helmet off, they want to start talking crazy to niggas. NFL players.
It sounds personal.
Nah, it ain't personal.
Say his name.
No, you can just see it though.
Like I feel like this is a personal story.
No. I promise. Well, I don't like. Years ago, I made it a thing to whenever I heard it was like NFL players in the club, I would leave.
You would leave the whole club.
Absolutely. When them niggas is in the club, I'm
confident in yourself?
Not, bro. NFL, because they know that first of all, them niggas know they stronger than 80% of the club. Number one.
So you get intimidated.
100.
No, I wasn't intimidated. Actually, I'm not fighting nobody. I got cologne on. Somebody gonna get popped fucking with me. But I'm just saying, they just know they have this thing about them where one is helmet syndrome. So they feel like they have to like grandstand whenever they don't have their helmet on because most people don't recognize. Most people would not recognize the top 3 running back in the NFL if he walked down the street.
That's probably true. Yeah.
You cannot say that about an NBA player. If you're a top 3 player in the
That's
NBA,
because they're also extremely tall. So the height alone draws you to
But
them.
NFL players are tall. You have
Not
some,
all of them.
But okay, some defensive players are really tall.
Okay.
Right? 6'6", 6'7".
Okay.
Right? But nobody knows them because they have a helmet on, so their face is not as face fronting and forward fronting as an NBA player. The NBA players are more chill, laid back. People know who they are as soon as they walk in. It's like NFL players, they gonna take their shirt off. They might not even have a shirt on when they walk in. These niggas is extra.
You telling me you in the club and you hear that Saquon Barkley in that same club, you leaving?
Saquon is different. He's one of the few NFL players I've been around where he's cool. On
Okay,
and off the
Derrick
field.
Henry in the club, you leaving?
I'm out.
You out?
I'm leaving.
What Derrick Henry do to you?
Too strong, too aggressive. He's mad that nobody recognizes his face. I'm out of
Everyone knows who
there.
Derrick Henry is.
no,
Why
they
you put out
don't.
Derrick Henry?
No, I know who Derrick
You don't
Henry
think
is.
Derrick
Everybody
Henry
knows.
just maybe want to go to the club to enjoy himself, not try to get
If
recognized?
Derrick Henry walked in here right now, Baby D would not know who that nigga was.
Okay, so is it position based? Like, do you have the same beef with quarterbacks?
No. Quarterbacks are different. Quarterbacks are usually more recognizable because
Okay,
they're the
what about
face of
wide
the team.
receivers? If a wide receiver's in the club, are you leaving?
It
If
depends on
Stephon
who.
Diggs is in the club, are you out?
I'm leaving.
You leaving?
Nah, Stephon, he's cool. He seems like he's a cool guy.
Okay, Justin Jefferson in the club, you leaving?
Out.
Why?
He might just start feeling like, niggas ain't showing him enough love.
It's
He
Justin
might,
Jefferson.
He might start running routes in the club, knocking
Oh
niggas
my
over. I just
God.
don't want to be around them niggas in the
Doing
club.
burpees
Ash.
in the bathroom?
Yeah, these niggas is too strong and aggressive and just,
If Plaxico's at the club, you going?
Well, yeah, we're safe. He's not. He's going to hurt himself.
Oh my God.
Plaxico's going to hurt himself.
He's going to misuse that firearm and only harm himself.
Yeah, we're safe in the club. But yeah, NFL players are very, very aggressive.
I think the opposite. I think NBA players are way, way more sensitive.
No
because
way.
they're so recognizable and are so accessible. I think they get more sensitive and have a higher thought of themselves why they get so sensitive.
I can almost call my homegirl that has been doing the doors at clubs in New York for over 25 years, and I guarantee you she would agree with me whenever she's had to deal with NFL players versus NBA players at the door.
I mean, I feel like all athletes to a level have an ego, right? I feel like all
Yeah,
people
as you
in
should.
general, when they get to a certain
need that.
point in life, you have an ego.
You need that.
You
Yeah.
expect certain treatment, you expect certain things. One, because
On the
you've
field, though.
No. Even just in life, because you've reached a certain stratosphere, you're in a certain echelon, and you've also experienced that for most of your life. You got to think athletes, for example, especially the ones that are professional now. From their time, they're like this big. They're told you're the best. You're this. You're that. That follows them, and they continuously expect that, even as adults and things like that.
There you go. That's the
But
problem.
when it comes to the sensitivity, I feel like there's like a line, right? I feel like athletes are used to being criticized. I think for them, where it gets sticky and uncomfortable, and you start seeing that contention between athlete and the media, is because a lot of the times the media tries to, how do I word this? Disrespect athletes outside of the realm of the game for engagement.
Mhm.
So like, if you want to criticize...
FanDuel did that.
FanDuel did that?
Yeah, as soon as niggas start losing money on players and parlays, it got personal.
Okay. I don't bet, so I don't know.
So like, all right, so if Derrick Henry keeps messing up your parlay
Okay.
week after week, right, as a
Okay.
guy, and you see Derrick Henry in the club one night, you might be inclined to say something that may be disrespectful to Derrick Henry.
FanDuel would feel disrespectful, or just a fan?
No, the fan that was playing on FanDuel.
Yeah, but fans have always been disrespectful. I'm
But
talking
not
about...
as much now, because now you feel like
I
you
mean,
take
yeah.
it personally. You feel like I lost money because you didn't get 3 receptions.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Cam Johnson and Ben Simmons were on a podcast recently, and they spoke about that, about how you could even win a game and still
Exactly.
get cursed out by a fan because they didn't hit their parlay.
Exactly.
But what
KD
I'm
replies
talking
all that.
about is like in the media, athletes don't have it. Like, you may not like what someone has to say about how you played a certain night, but if you're criticizing the numbers and the stats and the logistics and like what happened within the realms of the arena or the
Yeah.
field, you may not like it, but you can't argue against it. Where it becomes contentious and where athletes have the issue is that sometimes, most of the time, it doesn't stay within the realms of the game. It's, oh, he was out partying last night, or oh, it's calling Anthony Davis street clothes or whatever. Things like that is what gets under their skin, because your job isn't to chastise me like that. Your job is to critique what you can measure. Anything outside of that is unfair. And I think that a lot of media entities and personalities don't always follow those parameters, and that's where the contention lies.
But I think that's the result of 24-hour sports networks. Like the Sports Center model that started, you're going to need shit to talk about. You can only talk about the game so much 24 hours out the fucking day. Stephen A. Smith works, 17 hours a day?
Yeah.
He's got to just start saying shit at some point.
You do, but you don't. I feel like you have to have a moral compass. Like, one thing about me is I will critique whatever happens in the 4 quarters of a game. It's fair game. You may not like it, but you can't argue it. I don't care if you were at the club last night. I don't care if you're dealing with baby mama drama. I don't care what's in the blogs about you and your girlfriend. None of that matters to me. I'm not going to speak on it. It's not my business. I don't care. Like, if it does not happen in a stat line, doesn't show up in the course of a game, my moral compass is I will never discuss it, which then earns you the respect of the people that you're talking about and you're trying to have access to, because they know you're not going to cross certain lines. Yeah. And that's really what it comes down to. I
mean, the catch-22 of that is, let's say music, for example, at the highest clip, an artist may put an album out once a year at the highest clip. There will be criticism just for that month, and then it'll move the fuck on. Athletes play every other fucking night, so they're always going to have a critique in the morning, but at least you can redeem yourself the next day. If you put out a shitty album, you got to live in that whole other album cycle every fucking day without having the opportunity to redeem yourself until you sit for another year to put another project out.
God forbid that album, they feel like it's worse than the last one.
Yeah, and now I'm sitting here like, I wish I was playing 110 fucking games a year so I could change what everyone thought yesterday.
Music, though, music is more, so sports is performance-based, whereas music is art. So art, it like, to a certain demo, it may resonate with them. To you, it may not. It's hard to critique someone's art because it's a passion. Yeah. Whereas when you talk performance, yes, it's a passion as well, but it's a performance-based. Yeah. You know what I mean? Passion, whereas like it can be measured. How do you measure the success of an album outside of sales? Yeah, and just because something didn't sell,
it's like food.
doesn't mean people didn't like it. You know what I mean?
There's no real way of saying is this good or bad.
Music is subjective.
Right.
Sports isn't.
Right.
Either you won, you played well, or you didn't.
Yeah, either you're good or you're not.
Yeah, like nobody's gonna be like, yeah, Pat Mahomes lost last night, but you know, the way he scrambled was so poetic. Nobody's saying that.
Right. It's just
that'd be a wild take.
Like you got your ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? Like your offensive line was terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to me, that's the difference. Music, subjective. If you don't like something, great. Somebody else might love it. Sports, there's nobody that's gonna say that the Kansas City Chiefs won last night.
No.
See what I'm saying? So it's just a difference in that.
You could add in, like, when we talk about certain artists, like they're in a bad label system or they didn't get proper promotion, and that's maybe why it didn't work out.
Yeah. There's justifications.
There's also justifications with the win and loss, you know, black and white shit with sports.
Oh, like you could injuries. Like the offensive line coach was terrible. You can do those things with sports as well, but not like music, no.
I think that is similar to some degree. It falls more on like a quarterback maybe doesn't have that luxury, but I do think wide receivers, running backs, if you're in a bad system, you're fucked.
That is
like it's not your talent level could be at its absolute highest. Yeah, but if you don't have a fucking left tackle, what's the fucking point?
Saquon Barkley, perfect example.
Well, not everyone can jump backwards over a safety.
Yeah.
Or pull a car with his quads.
Right.
Yeah. But
oh wait, now I know where this hate is coming from. It's because Saquon outsung you at karaoke. That's why you be leaving the club.
I hate Saquon.
Nah, but just that energy of you leave the club when,
did he outsing you
running
at
backs
karaoke?
come.
Well, I didn't sing at karaoke
because he was shook. But he was about to. He picked his song and everything, and then
Saquon had you pull back.
No, Saquon didn't have me do.
What was the song that he sang?
Like Boys to Men.
End of the Road.
End of the Road.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know that's
the
like
runs
karaoke.
Were crazy.
He was hitting all those parts.
Impressive. I didn't expect him to be able to hold a tune the way he did. It sounded really good.
And I mean, I was thinking about going up to do some karaoke, but I didn't know the crew that he ran with like rehearsed as Boys to Men.
Oh my
all his
God.
friends came up. It was like Best Man Holiday when they did New Edition. I'm like, yo, the genre.
Can you say it?
I didn't even fucking know we was doing karaoke. I got fucking dance moves. And shit.
He was hitting dance moves?
They had the whole routine.
It was a little two-step. He had fun with his karaoke.
I was hating because it was good. Like he smoked the shit.
Got it.
All right, so Ash, last night, depending on when they're hearing this, Sunday night was the biggest game in NFL with the Super Bowl. First of all, did you watch?
Of course I watched.
Who were you going for?
Well, I am a Cowboys fan, so
oh my God.
I was going for the Chiefs. Obviously.
How does that happen? How are you from New York and you're a Cowboys fan?
There's a lot of New Yorkers who are Cowboys fans. Denzel Washington, Jay-Z. I mean, the list goes on and on. But
our age group, a lot of our parents were Cowboys fans because that was the Cowboys era.
Yeah. So my dad is a Cowboys fan. My grandpa was a Cowboys fan. So it's legacy. Yeah.
All right, so the Cowboys obviously were not playing.
Yeah, they weren't getting there.
For quite some time.
Yeah. Did you feel like
My bad.
You're a Giants fan, right?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, Giants fans are. Well, y'all kind of sort of won last night. Saquon
Listen,
got a ring.
for the first time in my life, I was rooting for the Eagles.
Yeah.
Like, out of any sports team, fuck whatever sport we talk about, I hate the Eagles more than any other team on earth. I was cheering at the top of my lungs for Saquon yesterday.
Now, Ashley, did you feel like first of all, who were you going for?
The Chiefs.
You were going for the Chiefs.
I mean,
I feel like everybody kind of sort of was going for the Eagles. They felt like the Chiefs were gonna win.
I can't root for the Eagles. Now, I have friends on the Eagles that I would have liked to see win, which they did. But if you ask me if I was rooting for the Eagles, absolutely not. It just wasn't going to happen. I can't do it.
Okay, so why could you root for Kansas City?
I wasn't necessarily rooting for them either. I just wasn't rooting for the Eagles. So by default, I was rooting for the Chiefs. You know what I mean?
Is that girl math in sports?
Yeah, like it's not. I can't root for the Eagles.
That's my team's
So,
not playing math. Like,
Yeah, my team.
I don't really give a
have
fuck.
a dog in the fight,
Yeah.
to be honest. But I can't root for the dog that hates my dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you have friends that play for one team
Yeah.
and they're in the biggest game of the season, of the year.
I'm rooting for my friend, but I'm not rooting for the squad. You know what I mean?
So you want your friend to play well.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is my friend just like a third down
Nah.
cornerback?
He's like a real part of the team.
Oh, then you gotta cheer for your friend.
Yeah,
man.
you got to
That's
cheer
crazy.
for the team. You got to want them to
I
win.
just can't.
I get if he's just in the nickel package for certain situations.
Nah.
Fuck
Yeah.
it. But
Okay, so Devontae Smith's a really good friend of mine. I met him
then you gotta
Super Bowl LA when I was working with Sports Illustrated. And we
Okay.
hit it off. We've been friends ever since. I sent him a really nice text before the game. Like, I'm glad that he won. The pictures of him and his family. And like, it was beautiful. It was amazing. I was not cheering every time the Eagles scored. I just wasn't. I can't. My soul, like, I am a true loyalist when it comes to my teams. Like, I'm not.
Okay,
Yeah.
I respect that.
Just can't do it.
Were you surprised at how bad
Yes.
the Kansas City Chiefs played?
Yes. I thought it was going to be a much closer game.
I did too.
A three-peat is really hard. I'm not saying that I thought it was a shoo-in that the Chiefs were going to win, but I didn't think they were going to look like that.
Something happened.
It looked like a preseason game.
Yeah, I was watching that game and I felt like something happened that we're probably gonna hear about, but that wasn't. Now,
What do you think happened?
I don't know what it is.
Someone put the
but
voodoo on them in New
No,
Orleans?
not nothing like that. But I think something is gonna come out that happened with that team. Not taking nothing away from the Eagles. The defensive line was incredible last night, but that Kansas City, I was looking at the players on the sideline. They didn't look like they were
Checked in.
together. They didn't look like they were.
You're not wrong.
You know, it's
You're not
something.
wrong.
It's something that happened that I'm just like, bro, this is not the same team that we watched all year.
You're not wrong.
Something definitely. I feel like I don't know what it is. Again, this could be me just overanalyzing shit, but just looking at the body language on the side, like they look like they gave up in the first half.
It could also be law of probability, right? Because if you've watched them the entire season, a lot of games they were skating by. They didn't look as dominant. They were winning by field goals. They were winning by like these crazy just calls happening at the right time. It could just be law of probability, like the luck ran out at the wrong time. Sometimes that's what happens too.
Sometimes, yeah.
You know?
no, they just got caught in the week prior to this of the refs cheating the entire time, and they couldn't do it this time.
Okay, I mean, I've seen people saying the refs this, the refs that. I understand that.
The
but
Chiefs get LeBron James type calls all the time. This shit is insane.
I get that. And they got one call early that was kind of questionable, but then they came back and gave Philly a call that was questionable as well. So they kind of balanced that out. But I was looking at just the demeanor of the Chiefs going into halftime. Travis Kelce looked like heat. I mean, I don't know if it's a new hairstyle. I don't know if it's a new girlfriend. I don't know what it is.
You ever been in the spot with your girl and your ex is there? It's stressful.
You know that was the case last season as well,
I'm
right?
aware.
Yeah. So like he won the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, but again, that
All right, well, Kayla affects him a little different now. That's all.
something was off. Something we're gonna hear about it. I'm telling you, we're gonna hear about something that happened with that team in a couple weeks. But they did not look like the defending champs. They did not look like the dynasty of the Chiefs that they are. Pat Mahomes, he didn't look like he was himself. Travis Kelce.
It could just be like, look, again, all season, they weren't really getting punched in the mouth. They were winning, they were skating by. And if you don't get punched in the mouth a few times during the regular season, you don't know how to punch back. And the Eagles put them in a situation where it was like, They didn't just punch them, they obliterated them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we don't know how to fight back from this because we're not accustomed to doing this. We've never had to.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like every game plan that they had went out the window. Like, we've never been in this situation, like looking around like, what the hell do we do here? And the Eagles just had their number.
I mean, I was looking like an idiot at that party of saying he's still Mahomes because it was 24-0 at halftime. I was still on the side like it's still Mahomes. Like I thought Taylor was gonna go down locker room, give the Al Pacino any given Sunday inches speech. I thought Taylor was gonna smack the dog shit out of her man, and they was gonna come back out.
Y'all need to leave Taylor alone. Leave Taylor alone. She leave Taylor alone.
But you know if they get blown out like that, she's gonna feel something.
Why? She won.
Because they show her every chance they get.
I know, but what I'm saying is people saying, oh, she's the jinx, but he won a Super Bowl when he was with her last year. So how?
I'm not saying she's the jinx. I thought
okay.
she was going to be the thing that turned everything around. I thought she was going to give that inches speech at halftime and get everyone fired up. She was maybe going to sing, I don't know, bring an acoustic guitar, get someone fired up to come back out at 24-0.
Now I have a take for you, Ashley, that it may sound crazy at first, but just let it settle in.
Got it.
I think that Taylor Swift dumps Travis Kelce before the summer's over. I think them losing like this is bad for her brand.
What's the prize picks over under on that right now?
Now, didn't she just tell you she don't speak on athletes' personal lives?
But
What are you talking about?
But
Taylor don't count.
bad.
Taylor's
for
an
his,
alien.
Bad for his brand, meaning what?
No, bad for her brand.
Oh, in what way?
Wait, why is Travis?
She can't be associated with losers.
Oh, please.
Her fans are like 13-year-old girls.
First of all,
why do they even?
Her
They don't care.
entire existence in catalog is about dating a loser.
Yeah, but nah, but that's why she got to get a new loser though.
So the greatest tight
Somebody
end
that's
of all
currently
time,
winning, and then
who failed to three-peat
Yep.
is a loser.
No, not. I don't think so.
arguably the greatest tight end of all time.
I
is
don't
a
think he's a
loser.
loser. I will never call Travis Kelce a loser. I'm just saying I think that it's easy to kind of be with somebody when it's, you know, the parade and the confetti and this, that, and the third, and it looks good. But you getting blown out by 30-something in the Super Bowl and only
I
having one
promise
catch.
you that is not a factor to her fans.
All right, so if they so now hold on.
I know you're not a
It's
Swiftie.
not.
You don't
So
even
if
know Taylor's body. That's where she strives in
Okay,
that.
all right, so Ashley, so now if they break up, am I a genius or am I a genius?
If they break
No,
up,
it's
I
just
don't
a
think
new
it's 'cause
album.
he lost in the Super
Nah,
Bowl.
y'all can't do that. See, now you're gonna tell me what you think it's not because of.
I mean, I'm telling you, like, for a billionaire superstar that she is, with a fan base of 98% women, if I had to put a number on it, probably under the age of 30. You think they give a damn if Travis Kelce won or lost in the Super Bowl?
But you got
they don't know the difference between a touchdown and a field goal. They don't care.
But my thing is this. When Taylor got with Travis, it's the height of the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, he's killing. The team is great. Super Bowl, da-da-da. Now they get blown out.
Okay.
He plays terribly.
Yeah.
You know he's not himself in the house right now. He's upset that they got beat like this. I could see where now she has to go away for a couple of weeks and do shows or, you know, get in the studio and record an album. He's dragging his ass around the house, still depressed all off season that they got... I can see a lot of things
Why are you
happening.
treating Travis like the broke baby father on the
Right,
couch?
I'm just
Like,
saying. I'm
he's
just
Travis
saying.
fucking
The
Kelce.
dynamic has changed now. It's hard to be with a loser.
He's the greatest tight end of all time. He's
He didn't look like it last night. He didn't look like it last
and
night.
then players mess up too.
He got a bad haircut.
The haircut was not great.
Well,
Yeah, like
The outfit
he went
wasn't
white. You
great.
gotta
I'm
match
trying to
that.
tell you, Taylor gonna be like she gonna because you
He
know
looked like a BG. I will
as
give
you know,
that.
sometimes you look at your partner when they walking around and you like. You just hit that moment where
I'm
like
telling you right now,
really,
she not looking at Travis saying, ugh. Like, it's still Travis Kelce. Like,
so
she
you
gonna
think
be all right.
she was just such a fan of the game that she went after Travis because he was winning at the time? Maybe,
Yeah.
you don't
She
think
didn't know anything about football when she
you
got
don't think
with him.
Travis maybe a good listener?
She knew that they were winning. She knew that he was a champion.
Oh my God.
All right,
You
y'all
have
could
to
call.
stop.
Look at that. She's leaving that dude, man. Look at him. He looks defeated.
It sounds like you want to be next up. Is
With
that what you
Taylor
waiting?
Swift?
Is that what you waiting for?
Hell no.
Oh, okay. Because it sounds like you plotting on this so you can like
I'm
creep your
plotting
way
on-
in.
no.
So what
wait.
about the last 20 Super Bowl winners? Like, why wasn't Taylor just sitting there waiting
No, I'm just
for
saying.
the Lombardi Trophy to go see who her boyfriend would be?
No, yeah, but we talking.
Why
Travis,
didn't she fuck Julian Edelman?
Yeah, but no, with Travis Kelce is, he was hot. He was hot. Last 3-4 years, he's been, he's hot. You know, she got with him. He got one ring.
He's the greatest tight end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's hot.
He didn't look like it last night.
So Maul, I'll throw you a bone. I understand you saying it's hard to go home with the loser because I said that on live earlier. Like, damn, like when you lose that big, like I know it's hard. Like,
she
going
don't-
home,
she
you
don't-
stop
Man,
around
that's
the
why
house.
women are
Man,
trash.
I
That's
don't
when you're supposed
think
to
that
be
they're-
there for your man.
I don't think that they're going to break up because
right.
of that. But I do know it's hard to go home with a loser.
I'm gonna tell y'all right
At
now.
the time, he's not a loser, but he lost the game. So yeah, the house was probably a
there's
little
a difference
silent.
between losing a game and being a loser. Travis Kelce is not a loser. He lost. That's not the same thing.
You're right. He has Super Bowl
Tyrone
rings.
down the block is a loser.
Super loser.
Like,
But what I'm saying is, I'm just telling you, just remember I said it. It sounds crazy right now because we just one day removed from the game.
Mhm.
If we hit July and we hear that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have broken up, I want everybody in this room to be like, damn, Maul called that.
okay, question.
I don't care if he get caught cheating. Don't tell me that's the reason she left. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
She'll be walking in Soho with Pete Davidson by the
Question
summer.
then, if come July, let's just say play devil's advocate and they're engaged, do we get to come back to
Yeah,
you? and say-
100%.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, Ash, that's how I am. You can I'll take it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
That's not true.
how? When have I ever
man.
said I wasn't wrong if I was wrong about something?
Cool, man. I mean, we're gonna get to the halftime, but it's fine.
Oh my God. They do that. Oh, Ash, did you see our clip with Chris Brown and Quavo? Did you see that?
No, what happened?
You never saw that
Let
clip?
it go.
I might have seen
doesn't
it,
make
but
for good
refresh my memory.
podcasting.
All right, so we had like a crazy bunch in here one day, and they said that
Crazy, but it's the same bunch, the same people.
Yeah, but y'all was crazy that day. So they said that they felt like Quavo. You know Quavo?
I know Quavo.
They
Yes.
said they said Quavo is hotter than Chris Brown.
You mean like physically or like musically?
I haven't
You
taken
know
his
what?
temperature.
I didn't ask that question, but that might have been a good question to
That's
ask.
what I was somebody's body temperature.
We were talking about because they ended up at a fashion week event together,
Okay.
and they were sitting next to each other. And obviously, at that time, they had a little back and forth, little words exchanged here and there on
Yeah, I
social
remember
media.
that. Uh-huh.
So I was saying that if Chris Brown requested that they moved Quavo because he didn't want to sit next to him, they would have absolutely moved Chris Brown.
Okay.
And a crazy bunch in the room said they would not move Quavo because Quavo is hotter at the moment than Chris Brown.
I don't think that's really how it
That's
went. But
not
it's cool.
what was said. at all.
We have the clip if you'd like me to
not
share it
what
with
was
you.
said.
Okay.
Send it to your Instagram.
I think hotter maybe in the fashion world because Quavo does more fashion shows.
Finally,
Yeah.
finally, someone meeting us with fucking logic of what
Yeah.
we were trying to say.
Yeah.
At
Y'all
the
were
Rude
wrong on
Fashion
that.
Show.
Yeah.
Y'all are wrong at that.
It was a rude
Nah.
fashion show, babe.
Y'all are wrong.
Oh, yeah, no.
You think
So here's the thing.
Wait.
Chris Brown doesn't really do as many fashion shows, Paris Fashion Week, New York like Quavo does. Quavo's very heavily into that world.
Okay, so when you say hotter,
Quavo's not a bigger artist than Chris Brown,
No
but
one would
he's
ever
bigger
argue that.
in the fashion world. Yeah.
no
one would ever argue that.
They said the Migos is hotter.
That's not what we said.
It's the clip is on. I'll send you the clip.
That's not what we
They
said.
said the Migos is hotter. They said the Migos is a household name.
It is.
They are.
No, it's not.
The Migos?
It's a bunch of niggas that don't know who the Migos are. We just like, you know what household means?
Yeah.
Tide laundry detergent is a household name.
You don't think the Migos are a
No,
household
fuck
name?
no. Hell no. Fuck no. Absolutely not.
Oh,
You sure about that?
Positive about that.
Do you think everyone at a Rude Fashion Show knows who the Migos are?
No.
That's crazy.
No.
That's crazy.
There's a lot of people in fashion that don't know who a lot of people
Okay,
in
but
music
not,
are.
we're not saying in fashion.
I said
We're
at the
saying at
Rude.
that fashion show.
Even at that fashion show.
So you're telling me they don't know who the Migos or Quavo is?
I'm sure a lot of people that go to fashion shows have no idea
no.
who people
At that fashion
yes,
show.
at Rude, at Fear of God, at whatever fashion show.
You are out of your mind.
Okay, so let me ask you this: it's in any room that they walk in, is Quavo a bigger star than Chris Brown?
In what room are we talking about?
Any room on the
You gotta
planet.
be specific with the room, bro.
Any room on the planet, name it.
Nah, you gotta give me a room.
Name it.
What's the
Any-
room?
Any room.
Quavo's house on Thanksgiving.
Chris Brown is a bigger star in Quavo's house on Thanksgiving.
Well, that's because he's never been there before.
If
It's a
you're,
new guest.
if you're Quavo, right, and you're hosting a Thanksgiving dinner, you got your whole family there, right?
That's not a good example.
Hold on, no, listen. Nieces, nephews, aunts, cousins, and all that, right? If you go in that living room and say, yo, Chris Brown about to pull up. When Chris Brown walks in your house, he's a bigger star in your house than you are, Quavo.
Okay, but if you're talking musically, Chris Brown's a bigger star, yes. If you're talking cultural impact, Chris Brown's a bigger star, yes. But if we're talking fashion, Quavo is heavily into the fashion world.
Yeah.
He goes to the Met Gala. He goes to Paris Fashion Week. He goes to New York. Like
So does fucking
Chris Brown
Papoose.
Chris Brown does not do those things. So like, if you're asking me who Anna Wintour knows, it's probably Quavo over Chris Brown.
All right, Ash, don't do
Like-
that. Ash, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
In
tell
the
me.
fashion
do
world.
not tell me that you think Anna Wintour knows who Quavo
I'm
is.
saying
Don't
she
know.
probably
If the theme
knows
is
both.
Pyru that year, then yeah, maybe Chris would be.
What I'm saying, if you're asking me, like, if Quavo goes to the Dior fashion show in Paris, do they know who he is? Yes. The answer is yes. Quavo's just in that world more. That doesn't make him a
But
bigger
they know
star.
who Chris Brown is too.
I'm sure, but what I'm saying is you don't really see Chris Brown doing fashion shows like that. That's not his thing.
Yeah, I mean that's not his thing, but they know who he is though.
Yeah, of course they know who he
Okay,
is.
as long as we agree at that. 'Cause
Yeah, it's
you was
Chris
trying to say it
Brown.
like they didn't know who he was, but they know who Quavo is.
No, but your argument was who was the bigger star at that fashion show. And in the fashion world, Quavo probably is a bigger star because he's more integrated into that world. That doesn't mean he's a bigger star than Chris Brown.
Another person I'm supporting, I will buy whatever the Stephen A. Smith version of a MAGA hat is. I'm with.
What?
I fuck with Stephen A. I think he make a great president.
Is he
You don't have to have any
Is he running
any
for
resume to
president?
be a president anymore. I just like the way he talks. That's all that matters now. Fuck his politics. I'm
Is
going
he
with
running
Stephen.
for president?
Yeah, he has 2% of the vote.
2% of what
The
vote?
Democratic vote right now. He has 2%.
But he's not a Democrat.
He is. He's
No, he's not.
He's not a
Not
Democrat.
no fucking Democrat.
he's running as a Democrat. I'm not his running mate. I'm just telling you what's in the press release.
I just want people who have a history of working in politics to run for political positions.
Mm.
This is no knock to Stephen A. Smith. Think he's a pioneer in the sports game.
You just don't
he's
think
carved out his own lane.
You just don't think he's a
I don't
Democratic
want him
nominee.
leading the free world. I'm a pass. Yeah.
He did one episode of Patrick Beck Davis, one Fox News episode, and he's like, "Yeah, president for me."
Yeah, I'm
He did one Tucker Carlson, and yeah, no, I'm ready.
No, I'm super cool. And this is no knock. I saw him on what was it, Bill Maher?
Mm.
I think he's intelligent enough in certain situations. I think that he's well versed in kind of understanding certain political issues and things like that. I think he's well spoken. This is no knock to him. I just don't want him running for president. I think that we're kind of
Yeah, I think that's an easy
I think we're straight
Yeah.
with one TV star, maybe two, because Reagan was an actor, right?
Yeah, but he was governor before. he
Okay, so
became-
yeah, let's take him
Like,
out of the
he
mix.
did-
We're good. We don't need
I mean,
another.
Arnold went right to the top of California.
Yeah, but California is not the real world.
It's not.
No,
I've
it's not
been
the-
there.
It's not the
Like
real
the
world.
third biggest state.
No, California's like anything goes.
I think
in
if it was its
California.
own country, it'd be the fourth richest country in the world.
yeah,
Absolutely.
anything goes in California. They don't care. So Arnold Schwarzenegger becoming governor wasn't that far fetched. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't think it's as crazy as people say now. Because when Trump ran however many years ago, I thought that's insane and hilarious. And then look what happened when no one actually took that seriously. He became fucking president.
I mean,
I don't think the Stephen A. shit is the troll that like Kanye did when he had a bulletproof vest screaming that he was trying to abort North. I don't think it's that.
I just think that people are not that smart.
Yes.
I mean, Eric Adams is the mayor of New York. You think that's a good choice?
He did. He voted for him.
Unfortunately.
You voted for Eric Adams? I mean, the other guy brought his cat to the poll, so there wasn't really many options.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
I was going for my man, Asian dude.
The guy who didn't know what a bodega was, you were voting for him?
I'm on the side now. Listen, I am on the side. As New Yorkers, when it comes to the mayor, we need to stop with this. You have to be born in fucking bread and your dad had to work for the MTA. Now, maybe we need some non-New Yorkers to come here and clean some shit up.
I mean,
Because it was either Eric Adams or Curtis Sleewell.
Mm.
Who am I voting for in that
I mean,
predicament?
yes, in that situation. But
We all be wearing fucking berets right now. If you like,
I like the berets though.
they're kind of.
Yeah, kinda
I
cool.
mean, yes, but that you don't want to redo that. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you vote for Eric Adams?
I regret.
I live in Miami, so I have my own set of problems.
Oh God, Florida.
Yeah.
those Republican
No,
Cubans down
not
there.
Florida. I live in Miami. It's not the same thing.
Well, yes, Miami is not. Miami's a
Yeah.
Which
different part
is
of
the
Florida.
wild inception because Florida is not America. It's its own thing. And then
This is
Miami is not Florida either.
Yeah, Miami
You're just in
is
an
not Florida.
inception
When
of
you
just
live
some
in
shit.
Florida, you don't live in Miami. You say I live in Miami. When you live in Florida, you say I live in Florida.
There's a difference.
It's a huge difference. Like Miami, technically, South Florida should technically be its own state. I want to let you know how much money.
South Florida.
Check this out.
You guys keep
South
fucking up
Florida-
every election. Get out
South
of here.
Florida makes so much money that if you
Yeah.
cut off South Florida from the rest of Florida, the rest of Florida couldn't survive.
Mm.
It just couldn't.
Okay, if I
You
have
bring in
to,
all the money to the state of Florida.
if I have to take accountability for Eric Adams, you have to take accountability for having Kodak out in the street over the weekend.
Oh, eating
Like-
chicken?
you're as a Floridian, I feel like you have a responsibility.
I'm not a Floridian, first of all. I'm a New Yorker who lives in Florida.
How long you been living in
which,
Florida?
by the way, is the most New York shit in the world.
Right. It's a 6 borough.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
we have like a town.
How long you been in Florida?
Since college. So 10 years?
Okay.
Yeah.
You from Florida?
No, I'm from New York.
10 years?
My birth certificate says Brooklyn, New York, Brookdale Hospital. I spent 1 through 18 years in New York. I come back to New York very regularly. I'm a New Yorker.
So you spent 18 years here, 10 in.
I'm a New Yorker.
So you got 8 more years till you're from Florida.
No, I'm not from Florida. I'm from New York. And if I was going to be from Florida, I was going to be from Miami, not Florida.
Miami. I'm sorry. 'Cause that's not Florida. You're
Yeah,
right. That's
facts.
a whole, I've been to Florida and I've been to
Have you?
Miami. It's totally different.
It's not the same thing. Miami's
Absolutely
New
not.
York with better weather.
Jacksonville's Florida.
Exactly. Now you're on to things.
Gainesville
is Florida.
Tallahassee.
Tampa is Florida.
Yeah. You're right.
Miami is not Florida.
Absolutely. Whole different world.
Before you get out of here, are we allowed to talk about the time you left Hall of Famer in his own puke outside in the street?
Okay, he wasn't puking, first of all. He was incoherent, and I sent him home like a responsible adult so that he could sleep it off. That's what I would do for any of my friends.
I actually
You
feel
sent
like
him home in a cab
Uber, yeah.
by himself?
Yes.
That's not very
that was the
What
day.
do you mean?
The driver could have did anything to him.
Like
Could
what?
Fair. He's 6'9".
He was drunk,
He'd be fine.
incoherent.
I mean, he was coherent enough that like he knew where he was being dropped off.
Sort of.
Okay, well, I mean,
I will say that is when I did find out that Ash
it
is
was
actually
Uber
a good
Black.
person.
That makes you feel better.
We all mobbed out
Yes, that makes
to the club together. There was like 9 of us in that fucking car. We get there. Everyone goes in the club. This guy who came with us, mind you, is super drunk across the street. Everyone's like, yeah, fuck that. He'll be fine. Ash was the only one like, yeah, we should kind of like make sure he doesn't die. I'm with you.
I was like, I cannot let him in this club like this. Like, it would be irresponsible of me. I can't do it. I'm gonna send him home.
That's a good friend.
Rory's staying out there with me to make sure like I'm good while I try to make sure he's good. And
And it was in front of Little Sister, which is a big club in New York, and he's pretty recognizable. Like that was the whole shit too.
How do you get that drunk though? I don't understand that. I'm sorry. I do. I as an adult man, I do not understand how
you never been drunk?
Incoherent? No, never been
All
incoherent.
right, well, you're better than the rest of us.
No, I'm just saying I've never been incoherent. Like didn't know what was happening.
Nah, not
never.
like didn't know what was happening, but to the point where you didn't need to go to another spot. You should have gone home. Like that type of drunk. You've never been that type of drunk where it's like, yo, you don't really need to come to this spot with us. You need to go home.
If I'm that drunk, I know I'm that drunk and I'm going home. Like
Okay,
nobody's gonna need to be like, yo, we gotta get him in the car.
Okay, so you have the self-awareness. What I'm saying is you've been that drunk to the point where like
I'm
you don't
going
need to
home.
go to the after spot. You gotta go home.
I leave. Like y'all wouldn't even know I
Okay.
left the spot. Like once I feel it, like, oh, I'm smacked. I'll find my way to the exit and leave. Nobody would even, my phone would be, yo, where you at? I'm in the bed.
I respect that.
I'm in the bathroom at my crib.
I love a good Irish goodbye. That's my thing too.
I'm out of here. But to be outside stumbling and everybody got to hold you up.
Nobody was
I'm not
stumbling
doing
or
that
anything
shit.
like that.
It was close.
It wasn't a stumble. It was more.
I know
He
that.
said he was in his own vomit. Like,
That's a lie.
That I'm guessing that,
He's
but
definitely lying.
it was close to that. I could see, when people start getting that weird burp shit, I saw that coming.
when they trying to breathe,
Yeah.
What weird burp? Oh, like when you like burping internally?
Yeah. I
trying
could
to
hear
hold the
that
vomit.
shit.
You trying to hold the vomit down?
I mean, great. His stomach is right here to me, so I could hear.
if his stomach is right there, where's?
Hey,
Never
yo.
mind. We ain't gonna get into that. That's a little weird.
That's crazy. Your mind even went there. I was talking about his gut health.
Yeah. Huh?
Probiotics. That's what probiotics are. Yeah.
Like maybe like a year later, I had ran into him at an event, and someone introduced him.
Did he recognize you?
Of course not. He was incoherent.
No, it clicked in the middle of it because I wasn't gonna like bring up that night at all. I just played it off like we had never met before. I was like, "Hey man, good to meet you." And he sat there and like looked at me, and within like 5 seconds, he was like, "Webster Hall."
Yes.
He
Really?
gave me a hug.
So that he wasn't
Gave you a
incoherent.
hug.
There you go. Mystery solved.
He saved my life.
No, technically I saved his life. Rory was just there for the ride.
I was just protecting the sidewalk. That's all.
No, Rory was protecting me while I was protecting him. But see, then he wasn't incoherent. He remembered you.
I was shocked. That's why I just played it off like he's not gonna remember that shit at all. And it just I could see it in his eyes. He was like, "Where do I know him from?" Oh, it was that night.
Look at that. Look at that.
All right, Ash, before we let you get out of here, I need your predictions for this year's NBA World Champions. Who you got?
I'm going OKC to come out of the West. You want like my Western Conference Finals matchup? I'm gonna go OKC. I did have the Mavericks, but they got rid of Luka. So I'm gonna go wild pick here. I'm gonna go OKC, I'm gonna go Lakers. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit.
OKC and Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
Western Conference Finals.
So,
Ashley,
get ready for your press
we're not-
release of saying you
Ashley,
got a
we're
bad
not
take
doing this.
again.
No.
The Lakers?
Tired.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Oh my God.
Hear me out. Okay,
I'm listening.
We're not going to listen,
I
but we're
think
going to
Luka
judge.
and LeBron are going to play together a lot better than people give them credit for. Right now, they're what, 5th in the West? I think Luka being the primary ball handler, LeBron's going to be able to play off the ball.
LeBron has never played off the ball.
What are you talking about? He plays off the ball when AD was running the offense.
But that's spurts. We talking about
he only plays on the ball because AD went down. He likes to play off the. He's 40 years old. You want to play on the ball at 40 years old?
I wouldn't be playing at 40 years old.
Okay, well, different beats.
I don't think
but
I'm a Lakers fan, and I don't think it's going to work.
LeBron can absolutely play off the ball. We've seen it through his career. Luka,
And the Mavericks beat them in the finals that year.
okay, but Luka is also being the primary ball handler. They're going to run a lot more pick and rolls. I just think it's going to help Bron. It's going to help that team. Whatever. The only thing I'm worried about is they did have to rescind that deal with the center, so they're a little bit small. But
The
I
Lakers
don't
might
put
lose
anything
in the
past.
first round.
I don't put anything past LeBron and the Lakers, depending on what the matchup is. But I think OKC's coming out the West.
Eastern Conference.
It's gonna be Celtics,
Nah, speak from your heart. It's our year.
Knicks.
I said I had the Knicks. We made our predictions top of the year. I said I got the Knicks winning it all this year.
We're here because when I did my preseason predictions for CBS, I had OKC versus the Knicks winning the whole thing. But I'm a little worried if we get the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals because they keep washing us like bad.
I feel like this is the first year Nick delusion is true. Like I really do think outside of my bias, I really do think the Knicks.
You think
could
we
go to
could
the
beat the
finals.
Celtics in a 7-game series? If we see them?
Absolutely.
When is Mitchell Robinson coming
I mean,
back?
these 2 games though, they don't worry you that we played against the Celtics.
Nah. Regular season, I didn't stop caring
They
about
worried me a
matchups.
little bit.
Is Mitchell Robinson back yet?
No, but he's ramping up.
I think the Knicks
Hopefully.
gonna win. If the Knicks stay healthy, they got a legit shot.
If Mitch stayed healthy, if your mans didn't do that bullshit, which I think he should have been kicked out the fucking league for.
Who?
Joel Embiid.
Yeah, what he did to Mitchell. That was
He grabbed his
Oh,
leg
okay.
last year
Yeah.
in playoffs.
Joel Embiid got enough issues though.
If that was anyone else, they would have been thrown out of the league permanently forever.
That's fair.
Like that was the most dangerous shit ever. And I think the Knicks would have went much further had we had Mitch. Like that was the piece that was gone.
For sure. No, for sure. For sure.
So having Mitch healthy, I really do think we beat the Celtics in 7.
Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
I wouldn't listen.
I like OKC though. I think Shai
like
Gilgeous-
OKC. The only thing I'm worried about is I don't think Houston's gonna make Western Conference Finals. I think like they're gonna self-combust. I still don't think they're there yet. The Timberwolves I thought were gonna be a lot better. I don't really buy what they're doing in Minnesota.
You think Golden State
I think
does
the
anything?
Nuggets could still make a push. I'll also put the Nuggets in that conversation. It could be OKC Denver, OKC Lakers, I think. I'm not buying the Suns. I think
it's a
I'm not buying the Mavs. I'm not buying the Clippers.
No one thinks Golden State can make a run?
I was about to say that Jimmy Butler to Golden State.
I don't think that's as bad as people are saying it is.
My only concern with Jimmy, Draymond, and Steph is if they run out of gas. That's the
Or
only
if they
thing.
get in an argument. That's what
Jimmy
I think.
Butler is getting a stigma as being like a franchise killer. Like he always leaves it.
No.
Every team he's left has been like worse off after him.
Listen, Jimmy gave Miami a lot of great years. Multiple conference finals, multiple finals.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Jimmy will just throw a temper tantrum when he wants to leave. He did that. I promise you in Golden State, you're going to see the same Jimmy you saw when he first got to Miami.
You think him and Draymond...
He's playing a game of chess,
If
not checkers.
Draymond could get into it with Kevin Durant, who's probably one of the most non-confrontational, non-problematic superstars.
KD talks a lot of crap. Don't let him fool you.
Because he has game. He
But
should.
like Draymond's also a competitor. So it's a competitive
You don't
fast
see
talk.
Jimmy and Draymond getting into it?
For sure, but they're not going to punch each other in the face.
No, Jimmy's just going to demand a trade. He's going to sit out. that's how Jimmy fight. Jimmy sit out. Jimmy be like, all right, I'm not
listen,
playing.
I'll say this. Jimmy is a troll. Jimmy also knows how to play the game
100%.
to his advantage.
100%.
But when Jimmy was in Miami for these past, 5 years, outside of this little window of his tenure there, you never heard Jimmy's a bad teammate. Jimmy's this. Jimmy's that. Jimmy just knows what Jimmy needs to do to get the hell out of a situation, and that's exactly what he did.
He does seem like he's happy.
He's happy. He just wanted out of Miami.
Yeah, I think he realizes he's with obviously, one of the greatest players ever in Steph, one of the greatest franchises ever. I think that he feels like everybody there wants to win. I don't think he felt like that in Miami. I think he felt like guys were confident.
I don't know if it's not everybody wanted to win. I just don't think everybody was going to be able to win. This is
in
not
Miami.
Yeah, like in Miami, this version of this Miami team is nowhere near what previous versions were.
Mhm.
And I think when you combine that with the fact that Pat Riley wasn't going to pay him,
Mhm.
when you combine that with all the other things that apparently were going on behind the scenes, it hit a dead end.
Mhm.
And he was kind of like, all right, if you're not going to pay me, then why am I here?
Yeah.
So I'm out.
All right. Well, you got the Lakers going to the Western Conference Finals.
I think Stephen A. becomes the Democratic candidate before the Lakers make it to
Well,
the finals.
if he does, I will be in Canada, Mexico City,
Yeah.
Europe, somewhere. I'm
Mhm.
not.
All of
not-
that is the U.S. now.
I'm not dealing with none of that again.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if he goes
No
on a
shade.
campaign, how does ESPN fill the 17 hours that he does?
Then Ash gonna have to start.
Yeah, maybe it's good.
Yeah.
yeah,
4 shows. 4 shows.
I will give that up, that right up, to just make sure that he stays where he's at. Yeah, I'm willing to do that. Sacrifice my own happiness
That's
for sure.
Any All-Star Weekend predictions?
Predictions? What do
Yeah.
you mean?
I don't know.
What is the format? Is it back to the
Yeah,
old format,
yeah.
or are they doing that draft shit again this
They
year?
did the draft.
They did the
So
draft,
It
yeah.
was
Oh my
Shaq, Kenny.
Is it over for All-Star Weekend?
Chuck.
I guess that's really my.
What do you mean?
my
All-Star
ask for
game, the
prediction.
All-Star, we just got to be honest. NBA All-Star Weekend is fucking
It's,
terrible.
It's just not the
The
same.
dunk contest is terrible. The most exciting thing is the three-point contest.
3-point contest this year is
And
gonna
that,
be
and they
nice.
even trying to, they threw in, what's the, Sabrina, was it Sabrina last year?
Yeah,
Against-
she's not doing it this year though.
Thank God.
What do you mean? Thank God.
Because it's like, we know what that is. That's trying to like revamp the whole All-Star Week. And I get it. WNBA with the NBA. I get that.
The
But they've
lineup
been-
this year is
they've been
nice
doing
though.
that, though.
It's like Dame's in it. You have Cam Johnson from the Brooklyn Nets. He's in it. Tyler Hero's in it. They got some new faces. They have some of the, consistent faces. I agree with you. The All-Star game needs revamping.
All-Star Weekend.
Yeah,
Oh, you need the weekend
I think
as a whole.
everything.
I think we need new events. All-Star Weekend.
What do you want to see them do? Play dodgeball?
I like them. Ash, no. I would like to see
Okay.
I would like to see a one-on-one
They're not going to do
tournament.
that.
Why not?
Because what if
Ego?
someone gets cooked?
Yeah, ego.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but y'all talk shit all year.
Listen, I've been pushing for a one-on-one competition at All-Star for like 4 years. But the egos just won't. Because if you get cooked one-on-one, there's no living that down.
Yeah, but so what?
But everyone's comfortable talking that shit without having to do the one-on-one.
Yeah,
so
like y'all
either
all
shut
talk
up or do the
all
one-on-one.
year.
I will say though,
It's
it
easy
is-
to bust
as
my
an
ass if you
NBA
got somebody
fan-
setting a screen on
As
it.
an NBA fan, it is kind of frustrating because you see these guys really go at it like in these summer runs that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you can't do it for the NBA fans. I will give you that. Like it's a little, it
Why
really
not?
kind of like irritates me a little bit, but I also understand like you got James Harden and Kyrie going at it and Kyrie cooks James Harden, breaks his ankles.
I
Then
need
what?
to see
That's
it.
happening.
I need to see it. You tell me James Harden and Kyrie Irving is playing one-on-one tonight at 9:30. You know
No,
how many people is tuning into
It
that?
would be primetime TV, but if you on the losing end of that,
So what?
okay.
Somebody got to lose, but it's like
Have you ever had your ankles broken?
Absolutely.
Harden's
How'd
not
that
doing
make you feel?
I mean, I almost shot the park up, but it's
Okay. There you go.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if you have that, if you say one-on-one, and it's players that I don't know how they gauge it, but let's say, they follow who's been talking trash on social media towards each other when they matched up, when their teams matched up, if they got into a little, situation. I don't know how you gauge who plays one-on-one, but I think if the NBA implements that into All-Star Weekend, I think the ratings double easily by
easily.
one event.
You want to see Joel Embiid and Giannis go at it?
I wouldn't mind that.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Because the one-on-one used to be a thing, but that was actually an event before in the NBA. Like Dr. J and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played one-on-one one year.
Mm-hmm.
So the NBA did that. I think they need to bring that back. I
Okay.
think that helps, change the...
You should write an email to Adam Silver. Or you write the email, you give it to Victoria, and she'll send it to Adam Silver.
And then he'll lower the quarters.
Like, what is that about?
What?
Them trying to cut the quarters.
Oh, it's in tie to like FIBA in the European League. They play less minutes.
What does that have to do with the NBA game?
Your guess is as good as mine, beloved. I don't know.
More time for commercials.
See, now you laughing with that's probably what it
You're
is.
probably right though, Rory. That's the sad part.
All right, Ashley.
Right.
Well, we thank you for coming through, kicking with us, spending some time. It was a pleasure to finally meet you.
Likewise.
Love everything that you're doing. I appreciate
appreciate
everything
it.
that you're doing. And we will have to revisit this conversation once some of these predictions come true or don't come true.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
gotta
we can come on your show once some of these things come into fruition. When we get around playoff time.
Yeah, for sure.
When the Lakers end up playing.
y'all know it's network TV, so you can't say certain words on network.
No, we wouldn't say that. We know how to act.
Yeah, no, we're
when we're
professional.
outside of our home, we know how to act.
But yeah, we'll get them all in a suit and everything. It'll be
Oh,
great.
Yeah, I
okay.
wear a suit. I can wear a suit to the show. Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Let's do that.
I mean, I don't wear a suit, but you can wear a suit.
oh no, I'm not wearing a suit if you're not wearing a suit.
Okay, cool. Because I'm not wearing a suit.
Cash.
Yeah, cash.
Let's do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Ashley Nicole Moss, thank you so much for stopping by, kicking it with us. We appreciate you.
Thank you
and we'll
for
see you
having me.
soon.
Okay, cool, guys.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.